How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. It feels like I haven't seen you guys in a while, huh? I took 2 days off back to back. Thursday, normal day off, and then we had Wednesday, an extra day off. But how you boys all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. Sorry if I'm gonna be a little fucking rusty today, dude. Like a goddamn rusty spoon. Imagine eating some motherfucking I was gonna say rice. What the fuck was I gonna say rice? Cereal. I haven't had cereal in like 5 years, dude. Imagine eating that with a rusty fucking spoon. That's basically me. How are you all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. Okay, webcam already fixed, and I really gotta figure something out. Yo, Brandon, mom. Okay, it already shows up. Cool. I thought you were cut off, boys. It is time for some motherfucking 5v5 1v1 duels over on the EU for the day. Let's get the music back up and running. How you boys all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. Who do we got? We got Kren, the Lower, Mithrin, Darth, Fatty Pillow. We got ourselves Kata. We got Wow Jesus. How you doing, my man? Wow, it's Jesus. Cool internet stuff. How you doing, fam? Hope y'all having a good one, boys. What's up, Beck, man? How you doing, my man? What up? What up? Pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. I've been on, my tummy has been, I basically went to a doctor Wednesday. And it turned out my tummy is doing some weird things. So basically, it's like a lot of acid in my stomach. And it's causing really bad heartburn. And it's not making me feel all that good. And random body parts of mine would just get like really fucking red. Like my daddy's home. Yeah, what's up, Jace? How you doing, my man? Like my hands would get really red and itchy. My ears would get really red. And then like a pulsating headache. And then random body parts would just like get red and kind of itchy. And it's just fucking weird, you know what I mean? It's not like one of those things where you're just like ill and you're bedridden. You're just constantly in like discomfort through and through. So yeah. Tums for sure. Yeah, I'm taking, of course I have Tums. But I've never had that bad a heartburn for like a prolonged time. I was like waiting for it to go away at some point. I was just like, dude, the more you look on WebMD, the more like it's like WebMD, you can basically like, I'm sneezing, why? And WebMD somehow ends up finding a way to be like, oh, I have a small sneeze, oh, potentially could be cancer. And it just like looking through a bunch of different things that it could be, I guess freaked me the fuck out and just caused stress to build up. And I was just like, fuck it, dude, I'm just gonna go to the doctor. I know shit is expensive, but I'm just gonna fucking do it. So I did, and now I'm on meds. And now I think I should be okay. I'm basically just I'm also trying to do really, like lots of water. Haven't had soda in a couple days now. Normally I drink soda like on and off, so I don't know how my energy is gonna be. My eating patterns are completely off now. I'm just eating at the weirdest times that I normally would. At some point I was losing a lot of my appetite completely. I think I'm back to normal basically. But yeah, I really needed a Wednesday off and then a Thursday off. It really just kind of, I'll spend a lot of that time just laying on the couch because I noticed that I'm just literally at my PC the whole fucking time, whether working on videos, whether playing something, and sometimes I just don't really just relax. So I did a lot of just couch laying, dude. Holy shit. It was kind of interesting. It was nice. Can't say it was bad. It was just fucking nice. I get a heartburn too. I don't drink anything red. Dark colors is a no-no. So I normally, I mean, sometimes you got heartburn, but I usually eat like spicy ass shit. I drink like the worst fucking garbage ever, and that's never an issue for me, right? So maybe I'm just getting like, you know, at the young age of however the fuck, at the young age of fucking 12, yeah, I'm just getting fucking old man stomach or some shit, dude. I don't think that's what it is, but who the fuck knows, honestly. But it has been feeling much fucking better. It usually feels the worst in the morning. And again, the only reason anyone went to the doctor is because it's like, dude, this is not the kind of shit I've been dealing with. Why is my WoW not up? Did I launch 2 WoWs on EU? Old man stomach pog, dude, you know it. That's up, man. I thought you doing mini Shadowlands pretty go. Fuck yeah, boys. I got a chronic acid reflux. You feel the pain. So I guess it could be. It's like the doc said it sounds like some kind of like an acid reflux disease, right? So they put me on a bunch of stuff. And then for like the hands getting red and ears getting red, they put me on Benadryl and that shit. Yesterday it was really bad. I was getting like a pulsating headache and my ears were getting really fucking red. And this song just, am I the only one who can't deal with that song? Can I just take that one out? I'm gonna skip that one every single time I think. But yesterday I took some Benadryl and that shit knocked me the fuck out, dude. Holy shit. I don't think I've ever had Benadryl before. Jesus. Alrighty. We're gonna get on the Dal, the fucking chunkiest boys. The chunkiest man out there. Was it Barrett's disease maybe? I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't fucking know, dude. It doesn't seem like it's anything bad. My biggest concern was like, is it a liver problem? And she was like, no. I was like, oh, thank God. That's really about it. So I basically came in, I paid a shit ton of money, and they told me we don't really know what it is. Here's some meds. Good luck. That's doctors for you, man. That's doctors for you. Alrighty, boys. 5V5 1v1 Duels for the day. I also got a voicemail because it did some more tests there while I was at it. I was like, fuck it, dude. Let's just test some shit. And I gotta respond to a call eventually. So I'll probably do it after the stream if I remember. Here's aspirin. Thanks for the basically, yeah. That's usually how it goes, honestly. You know what I mean? Just so I was asking because I haven't. Yeah, I have no idea, man. I have no fucking idea what it could be. But yeah, old man's stomach sounds right. Check your blood pressure, man. At first I was thinking like maybe it's my blood pressure. I mean, they took my blood pressure at the docs and they didn't say anything about it. They didn't prescribe me anything, so it couldn't be that, I don't think. But no fucking no, dude. Never fucking know. Anyway, we're not in a hospital anymore, dude. I don't want to be talking about it. We're playing some World of Goddamn Warcraft. Jesus, with a group raid to go. We just need a one more over on the EU for the day, boys. We only have what, 2 weeks left of the only 2 weeks left of the pre-patch stuff, and then we got less than 2 weeks actually at this point. So we got this week finishing up Tuesday, and then after Tuesday we're gonna have what is it, one more week of, what is it, the 18th being the Tuesday, Wednesday, 18th, 17th. And then after that, WoW 16th anniversary ends on the 22nd and 23rd / 24th. Gonna be the Shadowlands release. For me, it's gonna be Monday, man. For me, it's gonna be Monday. So let's get some motherfucking duels out of the way. You want more on Alliance? Fuck yeah, dude. If you guys have a group on Alliance or Horde and you want to kind of advertise in the chat, you're more than welcome to Dalaran Business Survival Hunter Duels, dude. We got plenty of Survival Hunters in here. Usually, we got a lot more Survival Hunters in general. In the EU, as well as even on NA. Wargren usually does pretty well in Survival. If you guys want to see some Survival Hunter gameplay, if it ends up getting like into a really good setup. Where are you guys? EU? Oh, where we go, man? How you doing, Dal? What's up, Porch? How you doing, my man? How are you? I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. I took Wednesday off to go to a doctor. We talked about it in chat. Long story short, my tummy's doing weird things, and I prescribed me some meds. But yeah, otherwise we're good, man. Hi, Dal. What's up, Marco? How you doing, my man? Hope you have a good one. Yo, I haven't had soda in good fucking while, dude. I haven't had soda in quite a bit of time. I'm gonna try to keep my energy up as best as I can, dudes. Normally I have even a little bit of caffeine in my system, but yeah, I'm just been fucking dry. Hasn't impacted anything. I think I'm even sleeping better, but yeah, no soda. Yeah, I'm thinking just like for the 2 weeks, because I gotta take this this medication for 2 weeks. I'm just not gonna do any soda. I did have sweet tea. That shit was fucking good, dude. A little bit of sugar in my system or something. You know what I mean? Hello, Sir Patrick. How you doing, my man? Doing some EU duels today. Oh, boys. EU, where you guys are at. A little fun. Yeah, sometimes we got some groups, man. Jesus got a group together. We need one more for Athoman on the Alliance. Do we have any Hordes? Are both Jesus and Atho Alliance? Because otherwise, we're going to be in a little bit of a rough time then. Watching the stream and loving it. Let the duels commence. Hell yeah, duckies. As soon as we get enough people, man, we're gonna get some motherfucking duels up and running. Can't survive without sugar. I mean, I usually have a little bit of soda here and there. Actually, a lot of soda. Fucking dude, I guzzle down Dr. Pepper like it's my fucking lifeblood. Maybe even a little too much. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see, right? Because I usually have even a little bit of sugar. Cajuns ready? Fuck yeah, dude. We got ourselves Athaman and Cajun. Is Cajun and Ath the same group? Cajun and Jesus. Here we go. I also had this dry cough for quite a bit. It works during nighttime for me. I don't know what that is all about. Invites have been sent, Cajun. Jesus, make sure you guys are out of LFG in order to be able to queue up. Can you add me? Yes, I can. Dalaran hashtag 1340. Let me know if you add me and if you're a lead of a group for the 5V5 1v1 Duels. That's all you need to do. Just add me and I'll queue you. Whisper me. I'll put you up somewhere on the screen and we'll get you guys up and running into the 5V5 1v1 Duels. Ricky, it's bugged? Yeah. Just make sure you're out of LFG. Someone's on the screen? Sure. Requeued. Want to get into PvP and SL? Thinking of Frost DK breath build with Necro Yeet ability. Frost DK breath build? I feel like the breath build can maybe work in PvP. But I would want to, as a Death Knight, just me personally, I would normally want to use my runic power, not for the breath. Because that used to heal you at some point, I think, right? But I would want to use it for death strikes. So maybe the breath build might be kind of okay, but yeah. The other team is in queue. Okay, hold on. We can requeue. Because I don't have a queue. You guys don't have a queue. We should be probably good to go. Dalaran hashtag 1340, boys. Yeah. Horde group lead. Kata with Catalysator. Whisper me and at me right after this game is over, and I'll add you. How does that sound, my dude? How does that sound? Because it's not as easy to add you like in this. Actually, can I? Oh no. Okay. Catalysator. Did you try to add me? I'm gonna try to add you. Is that it? There we go. Gotcha. Perfect. Cool. After this, I can add you. Let me do /reload so it fixes the UI. Also, let me get the Duels mix rolling here really quickly. Duels playlist here, boyos. The good old 5V5. I need to add more songs into this. I think I'll do some of the new NCS stuff. So Twitch. What do we got? We got ourselves Team 2 with Des. We got ourselves... What's your name? Oh, okay. Okay, chat. Don't take this one out of context. Как ветё играю? How Vito play? Vito? Can I call him Vito? Copy. We got ourselves Copy in here as well as Yandex going to be first up with Cross Terrors. Cross Terrors up in the back. Frost DK Yandex going to be up versus what looks like Mom? Mom, what are you doing, man? Mom. Don't beat up my mom, Yandex. What the fuck are you doing? Mom gonna be out, dude. Everyone's stream Mom available here as a Night Elf Windwalker Mon. Going for a disarm as Yandex looking to get away. As Karma comes out popping that AMS, it looks like Mom is making all the wrong decisions in this play. Trying to go for some Verify. Yandex kind of closing the gap. Does go for Lichborn. Trying to maintain his health. Mom does look to disengage out of here. It's so weird that your name is Mom, dude. It's too weird. Why do I find that weird? And also, you're Dark Spear. I'm pretty sure EU Dark Spear wasn't as big as NA Dark Spear, but maybe I could be wrong. Nazat Trinket coming out for Yandex. Yandex, are you ready to drop the Nazat Trinket going forward into Shadowlands, my guy? I'm really hoping none of the BFA trinkets are going to be strong at level 60. It would be kind of annoying, even though, you know, a lot of the raid trinkets are looking pretty good right now so far. Hopefully Blizzard is able to fix that before the end is nigh. Disarm coming out into Yandex. Does go for an interrupt onto Mom, who goes in for a Diffuse Magic. Waiting out still for quite a bit of time on that Karma. It looks like Yandex does roll the Frost Presence, which does increase the cooldown on Mom's abilities. Look at Mom, 30 seconds left on that Karma, but as soon as the DK closes the gap, that CD is going to increase. Look, close the gap, it creates 20 seconds extra, or like 15 seconds extra on top of that Karma. So the closer Yandex is next to Mom, the longer the CD is going to be. Mom going in for Alexia with a Fist of Fury onto Yandex, hoping to do some damage. That Karma is not coming back. You got to disengage from him. 16 seconds, but it goes back up to 26 seconds or so. And Yandex does take down the Windwalker with a Crucible Flame at the end. Just a mix of burst damage and mix of sustained damage. With Laura, the Boomkin going to be up next versus Yandex. AMS is available for the Frost DK. Nazat Tricky getting overlapped as Thorns comes out. And that's actually going to be Anti-Magic Zone. Laura looking to knock him out of it. And is looking to get the hell away. Yandex going for a little bit of a slow. The Thorns is not going to be that much of an issue for him after. Maybe he has a grip available for this. Yellora is power shifting just to make sure they are out of any kind of slows. Just getting the dots of the Yandex, who is going to go for Lichborn in himself, using all that runic power that he saved up from before to get some death coil heals. Cyclone trying to come out. It's going to get an interrupt onto the druid. Did the druid go for shot him out there too? Short stone onto Yellora. As it looks like the pet did go for another stun. Second stun coming out onto a Yellora with that remorseless winter honor talent for Yandex, who's looking to get some recovery in Yellora. Not really doing all that good right now. Needs to go for power shifts. Needs to get out of here. But I think Yandex just might have it. Safeguard Trigger procking. Trying to go interrupt onto Yellora. That's going to be regrowth. Regrowth out of the cyclone. It looks like Yandex is going to just chill in the middle with an AMS for that last cyclone available. But he still has a massive advantage over Yellora so far. Unless Yellora can maybe knock him down. It's going to be a roar. Does he go for a knockback maybe? Does go for a big heal with thorns available. But Nazat's trinket is up and running for Yandex. Gets a stun on Yellora out of form. Going to try to get a juke onto that cyclone. But that's going to be a stun for Yandex right after. It's going to IBF gripping that cyclone. Does he have any more interrupts here? That's going to be a full regrowth. Spam for Yellora. And Yandex almost had him on the ropes. Yellora's still not out of the fight. Is going to go for a knockback, and that's going to be the DK on the low ground. Yellora finally gets that much needed disconnect from the Death Knight. Needs to go for as many heals as possible. Maybe even catch a result if at all available. But looks like not going to be able to. And Yandex does end up cleaving him down. Taking out the Boomkin. The Boomkin had himself quite a run. But it didn't quite work out, with M6 going to be up next versus Yandex. Went in for a dress in the opener. Big leap into a Blaze Storm. Defensive stand still available. Yandex is going to be popping off even more resources available for himself, trying to get as much healing as possible. Just looking to get a lot of recovery back and forth. M6 getting hit into a stun with a zombie pet available for the Yandex. So it's going to be one stun into a second stun, third pet stun by the pet as M6 dropping down the banner. Maybe a little bit too late with that banner. And Yandex is looking to walk away from the warrior, but the charge is going to allow him to reconnect. M6 actually looking to maybe get executes onto Yandex. That is going to be Safeguard Chicken Procket going for Lichborn. It's going to be a lot of death calls back to back for Yandex, as he's looking for a lot of self-recovery and self-heal. And M6 is actually still alive. He's going to pop a parry just so he can see if he can deal with enough damage to get Yandex low enough to land the execute. Both of these two very similar health, and maybe MCX is gonna swap onto the pet and try to see if he can take it out, maybe get a victory rush off of Yandex. It's gonna go for a Warbreaker onto the pet, so maybe potential looking for that execute to 100% eliminate the pet, looking to get a charge with the Yandex. Is trying to deny the heal for the warrior. The charge does connect. Does M6 even get a heal? It doesn't look like he does stun. That's gonna be a Safeguard Trinket, and that's gonna be a second stun from the Remorseless Winder. Yandex is going to stick next to M6. Got himself Transfusion rolling. M6 landing that fear. And Yandex doesn't sit in that for long. M6 is super low in health. Needs some sort of a heal right now at all if possible. Yandex looks like he's going to be able to whittle him down over time, with Ornash closing the gap as a Frost Mage this time. Ornash normally playing that fire, but this time he's trying to make Frost work. Frost v Frost. That's going to be a Nova onto Yandex, who has quite a lot of recovery, unless Ornash maybe can get big shatters. Huge shatters just burning right through the Nazat streak and landing that interrupt onto Ornash on Frost. That's going to be images available, pelting Yandex, slowing him down. Anti-magic zone does come in, and Yandex hopes to stay inside of it, but knows he can't. Needs to get aggressive with Ornash. Going to be Ornash trinket out of that stun. Continuing to get big shatters into Yandex. I think he's going to pierce him right through hard with his lance. It's going to be Yandex popping off even more defenses available. Grip onto Ornash into an interrupt. Yandex completely necrotic out with Death Pact, and Ornash does take him out. First one down on Team 2 with Cross Terrace. Is it Cross? Terrace? Cross. I guess we'll call him Cross for short. Unless he's going to be cross with me. And are you wearing the shoulders? Are well, the shoulder pad's going to be a grip onto Ornash. I actually couldn't get it. Looks like he actually kind of rooted Ornash there instead. Stun onto Ornash from a distance as Cross looking to get himself a lot of defenses from a distance. Going to be Ornash dropping down the frozen orbit to Cross. AMS is available. Ornash is looking to get away while his health is necrotic. Needs to get himself a little bit of self-heals rolling. Cross's AMS is down. If Ornash can get some sort of a setup with big shatters, he might be in a good spot. Is going to get this Novas walking away from Cross, gripping him in. Potentially, maybe that's going to be a blink. Actually goes in for, oh, probably should have delayed that chill bait until a little bit later. Chill streak. until he summoned a pet, because that would give him someone to bounce it off of, and that would have been more damage to Ornage. Cross looking to get a lot of heals. That's going to be Lichborn available, lots of self heals potentially available. That's going to be Ornage popping into an ice block, just trying to kind of stall the duel. Cross could actually turn around and attack his pet if he wanted to for all that runic power. That might not be a bad idea. Stun onto Ornage. Does he have a way out of it? It doesn't look like he does, and Ornage might be going down. He's going to get himself a bit of a heal with a shield. That's going to be Ring of Frost. Across, looking to grip the mage out of it. At least it's going to give Ornage finally a moment of clarity, moment of just chill and relax and getting a poly onto Cross. Maybe with an Invis could maybe potentially get away. Trying to go for some food. Cross not letting him do it. Chain of Ice immediately attached. Next stun could be deadly for Ornage. Does he land it? That's going to be a Nova. Cross trying to get some damage onto Ornage. Ornage needs the bubbles as often as possible. Getting the images available. Needs to get himself some self heals before the Maledict comes back in. Next time Maledict comes out, it's going to be really bad. Ice Block, is that available? Could he go for a second Ice Block right now? Potentially could. Maybe? No, he doesn't choose to do that. At least Cross is going to be able to have that win, with Juggler is going to be up next on Team 1. A Panda. Unholy DK versus a Frost DK. Cross taking a big old bite to the face, stunned. Does he have any answer for this? Does he even get to use Death Pack? He does get to use Death Pack, but there's only so much he can do. Anti-Magic Zone comes out. Does get the Chill Streak to bounce between the two, between Jugglers and the pet, but it's just not enough. If only he maybe been a little bit more aggressive with Ornage, or at least try to go for a lot of self heals off of the pet. I feel like that might have been a better situation for him. Des is going to be out there next and taking out the Panda fairly handily, fairly quickly. That's a lot of frosty. Look at the healing. Yo, Yandex, what is all this heals, boys? What is all this heals, man? That's a Frost DK? I actually wonder what made you heal the most. Does anybody have the recount from that arena? Does anybody have the recount from that game? I actually would want to see, man. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one going, yeah? Jesus, I think Jesus' team is the one that just won. Occasion, your team just got to play. It got to be the Jesus Occasion. I feel like we're gonna get. Let's get Jesus versus Fruity Boomer. Okay, Athaman. Okay, we can get Atha versus Occasion after. Where the fuck is this supposed to? That's not where it's supposed to go. There we go. SL EU. How many are we at? 30, 31, 32, 33. Beautiful. Rogue one shots? Yeah, the Rogue, I mean, it's not like it really was a really proper play between the Rogue and the DK. Like, the DK had absolutely nothing left. You know what I mean? But yeah. When we get all your dots, all your cooldowns available, not much you can really do in that situation, you know? Alrighty, boys. Let's get Jesus and... what is his name? Snickersnee? Jesus... and SNIKER SNI. Cool. Or Fruity Boomer. Either one works. Mugambala, boys. You see my great spirits, man. I love to see you, bro. What's up, Jace? Happy. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'd say I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying to form a horde group out of you, Sparta, DK, the ID. Alright, man, Darius, you're gonna have to re-whisper me again later, man. You gotta re-whisper me. But yeah, if you guys want to add me, Dalaran #1240. If you want to make a group, LFG, open it up, custom PvP, call it something like 5V5 1v1 DUELS. That's all you need to do to find in how to get into the how to either make groups or join one of the groups available. It would be normally something like 5V5 1v1 DUELS in the custom PvP area. But yeah, nice mustache, man. Thanks so much, dude. Appreciate you. Hey, do I have what? Do I have what? Switch. We got ourselves Team 2. We got ourselves Fruity Dad. Hey, man, how you doing? With Louie in the back, we got ourselves Health Force and Malia, as well as Kata. Unless I'm looking at Health Force right now. One of the... this is the same. But anyway, we got both of them. Malia looks like going to be a first up on Team 2. Gonna go for Invis versus Des. This is going to go for a late stealth. But that's going to be first out here. Stealth versus stealth. Malia, who is going to be, well, looks like 4. Popping that Invis early. Watt could actually ride by the Rogue. And actually is right behind him. If he would have went for that explosion, he would have been actually close. If he goes right, he actually gets the rogue out. That's going to be Des. Maybe he needed to go for a fast move set right now. Shadow Strike into Kiddish out onto Malia. Big blood of the enemy. Huge stress, but Malia goes in for... Ow! That is a really good play just now. And that's going to be Des. Actually, I was thinking Des for some reason was sub-rogue. Now, that wasn't Shadow Strike. It was an ambush instead. Maybe ambush with the Garrod, went for a big vendetta, tried to go for a big one-shot combo, but that's going to be Malia escaping out of that bad wombo combo burst with alter time. That is a cooldown. We don't really get to see mages use that often, but it is insane once they figure out how to use it properly. Malia does go for mirror images, trying to reduce some of the damage they're taking, but still super low in health though. No, Malia, what happened? He had his whole setup. He had what do he have? He had Rune of Power, he had everything, but it looks like Des's dots, or more than he could deal with. Louis is going to be up next on the other team. Sub-Rogue versus Assassination. Normally, Assassination wins in this kind of matchup, or at least has potential to win. Just the dots, if you just dot and run, there's no way that the Sub-Rogue can actually beat him. Des is going to pick up the eyes, going for Phantom Knives. Does he see Louis? Actually could maybe get him out tagged. He looks like he doesn't go for it unless he didn't have the eyes. Did he not pick up the eyes? I thought there was a reason why he went out. Is there even eyes? I'm trying to see the other side. Yeah, there's eyes. So he just didn't even look for Louis. I guess Louis was just that well hidden. Maybe the Mog blended in with the background. Des is going to go for big damage onto Louis with a Dressing Out. Going to go for a Vanish as Louis goes in for a Blind Cloak of Shadows. And Des went in for a Vanish. I think trying to go for a cheap shot. Maybe he was not able to do so. Didn't get a sap with a Des. It's going to be Des popping a big cold Des. Louis looking to get the hell out of there. Popping his own Vanish and bailing out of this situation. He is bled up. He is dotted up quite a bit using that Crucible Flame in order to catch up on a bit of heals. And looks like Des is going to go for a reset himself as well. Almost walked on top of Louis. Does Louis have dots still on him? Looks like Louis escaped all the dots and it should be good to go for now. Whoever finds each other next is going to be a pretty big play. Des, I think he might have used his human racial already to get out of stuns. He might or might have not. If he hasn't, he might have an advantage over Louis. Because Louis is going to be down on a trinket, but Louis hasn't popped off cooldowns at all. Still holding on to evasion. And I don't think Louis really went in for the biggest burst so far. It looks like Des went in, did blow his blow to the enemy, did use his Dressagath, kind of separated those two. There's going to be a stealth duel until these two find each other. So probably it's going to be a stealth duel until both of them get all their cooldowns back up, honestly. Unless they're walking next to each other. Does he see him? He does walk by him, looking to pick up the eye maybe. Or no, maybe he's just going to camp the eye. Where's Louis? Louis looking at the eye too. Now he's thinking, okay, well, if the rogue is not near me, maybe he's by the eye. But Louis is still thinking, okay, maybe, well, you know what? He hasn't taken the eye yet. So maybe he's still doing the same thing I'm doing. So this is interesting. Louis is going around roaming, thinking that the other rogue is roaming. Des is actually camping the eye, thinking that Louis is roaming. So I got the same idea about what the other person is doing. And I think that might have been a distract just now. But didn't really help Louis or Des find each other just yet. Both eyes are available. It looks like Louis is kind of skirting over to his eye. Decided against it, still roaming. It looks like we're going to be hitting the 5 minutes by the time these guys will find each other, pick up the eye. Des picking up the eye. Does he see Louis? Louis is aware of it. He's in a good position. Des, he probably has him targeted. Maybe trying to go for a throw knife. And is going to have to maybe roam. Doesn't really want to get too far away from his room. He likes this open space. Louis trying to make a break in between. Des does pop it back to stealth. And Des kind of looking to retreat. Louis going to explore. And actually chooses against it. I mean, all they can do is at this point fight over the other eye. Rogues yawn. Yo, come on, dude. You gotta let them do their work, dude. You gotta let them do their work. Des swapping off to Deadly Poison, thinking, you know what? Dampen is going to come in really soon. I might as well get a lot of damage into Louis. He probably can't really heal that much. Des mounting up. Louis landing a sap. I was almost expecting for a Shadow Step sap just to make sure he catches up to him. And looks like Louis finally able to get himself a proper opener onto Des. Going in for a very slow opener. Does get the rupture and everything. Blind by Des right afterwards. Louis did not follow up an ECC right after. Looks like Des is going to be able to get a proper opener. And Louis does have a trinket back up. Garrote, cheap shot is going to be a big blow to the enemy. Louis vanishes, but Des can still see you though. Through Vendetta, and Louis does go down. Des just unloaded everything on you. Blood of the enemy, big dress, a Vendetta. And Louis didn't even pop evasion. That's probably the first thing you should have used. First thing you should have done is probably pop that evasion, so at least you can at least face the enemy. Dress can dodge it. Attacks, you can dodge it, unless Des goes for a shadow step, maybe kidney shot. That's the only way you cannot dodge it. Looks like Kata is going to be up next on the other team. And Kata is going to be number 3, okay. Boomy versus Des, the assassination rogue. He just burned through a lot of his cooldowns. Vendetta down, evasion down, cloak still available though, has Garrote, so he has an advantage over Kata. Does get himself slice and dice rolling pretty early on. Trying to get a kidney shot, going to be a roar out of Kata instead. Gets himself regrowth just to make sure he's caught up on health a little bit, as we are an 8% dampener. Des is looking to maybe kidney into the thorns. Cloak shot is coming out, so Kata, if he can somehow survive this burst after this, and no more cloak, he might actually be able to get a counter offensive rolling. Kata's still holding on to a lot of his defenses, gets himself a bit of a heal, and as Rogue is in a retreat, perfect opportunity for you to go for a lot of damage, at least getting the dots up and running to Des, looking to catch up next to him. The stars are falling, star surges are flying. And Des is actually taking quite a lot of pressure right now, no cloak. So that's going to be dots doing damage to Sunfire, Moonfire, as well as the stars. Gets himself a sippy cup and looking to maybe get a sap onto Kata. Does get a slow, and Kata, as long as he's able to power shift these, he'll be okay. Just looking to maybe get close enough. Garrote, getting a shot, maybe cheap shot instead. Kidney right after. A little bit of an overload. Big blood of the enemy could be a lot. Kata does have to go and burn a lot of defensive thorns available. Des, I don't really know where else he could really go, and down he goes. The Boomkin takes out the assassination rogue with copy. Gonna be up next. Oh, I like your Mog on a female panda. That actually looks kind of good. If you did like the thing with your hair and made it blue, I think that would look maybe even better. But that looks good. Kata does catch himself in a resell. It looks like the dots are still on him, and Copy is going to be able to get a flame shock out on him. Kata just needs to be aware of the interrupts as well. It does get an interrupt on the fire onto Copy. Lightning Lasso is the thing you should be aware of. Cyclone onto Copy. Does he trinket it? He chooses not to. And Kata does burn a bark skin for this one. It's going to go for a big damage. Incarnation available. Copy going to take a lot of hits from this, unless he can find himself some line of sight. Kata is trying to stay ahead of him, just trying to run ASAP. He's going to have to power shift in order to catch up to Copy, as Copy is burning his Spirit Walker's Grace in order to catch up a lot of those healing surges. But Kata is right behind him, catching on a couple of regrowths. Still looking to stay aggressive and offensive. And Copy is still taking quite a lot of damage. Does get himself a bit of a healing totem down. Lightning Lasso onto Kata, who is going to take the damage in full. And looks like Copy is going to be able to get behind the pillar, maybe catch up on a couple of heals. 20% dampener as we hit in that 8 minutes mark, boys. I actually like the way your shield looks. Like with this Mog, it's like a very, very simple shield. But I like it. It's unique. It's a triangle. Kata does try to see if he can maybe skirt around with stealth. Dots are going to get him out in the open though. That's going to be some dots on the Copy. Actually, that's another question I have here, boys. Did the pre-patch changes... like, I got a video for it tomorrow, but the pre-patch changes, was there anything new today yet? Or not really? Copy got himself big zaps available, but I think the dots are going to melt him. It looks like the dots and the star falls is going to be another win secure for Kata, but Yandex is going to be up next. The Frost DK with Nazath Trinket, lots of utility, lots of survivability, versus Kata, who does also have a lot of utility, lots of survivability, but I don't really know if it's going to be that easy for him. Kata did dominate the Fury Warrior God Kragar last week, but is he going to be able to do much to Yandex? Yandex popping off defensives big time, popping off the heals too with a grip and a stun onto Kata, who only got Barskin to keep him alive. Bear form right after, maybe he's going to get himself some rolling for this. Into a disarm onto Yandex. He's still got plenty of abilities he could use to generate runic power. Bash onto Yandex does go for an IBF. And that's going to be a big transfusion. No grip available for a little bit. That's perfect opportunity. Kata, the further you can get away from him, the better. Trying to go for a cyclone. Going to be an interrupt. Actually, juking that interrupt. That's going to be a full cyclone onto Yandex. No trinket available. And Kata needs to be aware of the grid, the stuns, and everything. Trying to see if he can go for a wrath. Actually going to get himself Incarnation rolling right after this. Yandex is going to be under a lot of pressure. Roar while he's in anti-magic zone. Probably going to be a grip. There it goes. Maybe a stun right after. Yandex walking out of anti-magic zone. Looking to get himself a lot of heal recovery. Thorns available for Kata. And Yandex is going to have to worry about his own health recovery for a little bit here. Disarm onto Yandex does get an AMS rolling right after the disarm, so he's going to be kind of limited on the damage he can do. Big Star Search follows him in Yandex under a lot of pressure. Safeguard she can proc it right after this. That's going to be death back to follow. That's going to be a lot of dots. A lot of damage kind of burning right into your health. He still has a portion of his health necrotic out, and you might be able to get a lot of recovery. Looking to get himself a heal as soon as the necrotics fall off, because he probably got himself a Crucible or two ready. Maybe? And I think Adam might just have to get aggressive in it. He needs to maintain the dots in order to get pressure onto Yandex. It looks like that is going to be a stealth, but Yandex does throw out the Whelp a little bit early. Dots is still rolling into Yandex though, and does go for a little bit of a Crucible Flame in order to get himself up and running. If Kata can come in with Thorns, Yandex is trying to heal. It's going to be even more pressure on him, but that is a cooldown getting kind of thrown away. And kind of looking to get advantage. Just get the dots. Yandex needs to connect, needs to make the damage happen. Star Search is following. That's going to be probably dots melting him down and kind of taking him out. I think that's the 3 for 3 for Kata with Vito going to be up next. Dropping down Consecration. Doesn't really get to see Kata, I think. So DK is a pretty wheelchair, right? I think maybe with a Paladin, it still is pretty wheelchair, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as difficult for Vito here. Yandex, mobility, none. Healing, limited. Vito, on the other hand, can heal a ton, even if he got no mobility. Thorns are up. It's going to be a Hodge. Big damage comes out for Vito. Huge damage. I think he's going to obliterate Kata. It looks like Kata does recover a little bit. Vito taking lots of damage out of nowhere. Where is this damage coming from? Looks like Kata was being proactive, trying to get some damage back to Vito. Does he go bubble? No! He does not even get the bubble off. And Cross is going to be last one left on Team 1 as this boom can just decimate the whole team. And looks like Kata is going to be able to dip out of there and complete stealth and just bail out of there. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, this is a little bit rough for Team 1. The Paladin without the bubble, even though he had a lot of damage ready. And this is not even the nerf version of Paladin, because they are going to get nerfed. Cross trying to pick up the eye, couldn't quite do it. Had to wait there for a second to make sure he gets it, and Kata is like, you know what? I'm gonna see me. I might as well get check up where he goes. Dampen is pretty high, 46%, and Kata just needs to find a way to burn through all the cooldowns from Cross. Again, another class with not a lot of mobility, so Kata could maybe abuse it, being a boomkin. Getting the dots up and running onto Cross, which is good, as long as you can get into an Eclipse now. Now that'll be perfect. More stars flowing, unless he doesn't run the talent for stars. Yeah, I don't really know what Boomies run. Do you run the big beam from the air, or do you go for the more stars every time you Eclipse? Because I don't really know what's the best in that kind of situation. Thorns available for Kata. Cross going in for AMS immediately. That's going to be a Spet Leap in the end, but he can't really catch up to Kata at all. The dots are going to maintain. There's going to be Incarnation. Lots of stars getting thrown at Cross. Even though Disarm came out bash, it's going to be IBF. Cross is actually at his wit's end. Needs to go for as much tanky playstyle. Needs to get next to Kata. Kata knocking him back. Does Cross have a grip? He does use the grip. Kata has the grip a little bit disconnected from a stun, but it's going to be some necrotic stacked up onto Kata. And Cross needs to catch up on health. Roar trying to disconnect him. Doesn't really do the best job of it, but Cross is still super low on health. Kata playing defensive. If Thorn's available for Kata, I think the dots actually just might do it. It looks like Kata takes him out in a 1v5 as a balance druid. The lack of mobility helping this Boomkin out big time. I actually do wonder what kind of a setup does he go for. Does he play? I need to know, chat. Because he doesn't play New Moon, Full Moon, Half Moon. I don't think he plays a Meme Beam. I think he plays more stars falling as you get eclipses. But I don't think he plays, like... You gotta get into eclipses more often, I guess. You know what I mean? Put dots up. Hit Wrath a couple times. Well, I'm maybe a little bit harsh. Alright, boys. Let's get another one going, yeah? We gotta get Atho, and we gotta get Cajun in here. Ready to players didn't get to play. I think we'll get Snickers in here. Right after duel between Atho and Cajun. Or maybe we should get Cajun and Atho. Or Atho and Snickersney. I don't even know. Let's do Atho and Cajun, and then we do, I guess, whoever wins versus Snickers. How does that sound, boys? Unless we got an extra? You made our full party ready. Anthrax, my man. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll go Atho, Cajun, and then Anthrax versus Snickers. How does that sound? Address party H. Okay, let me see if I can find you, my man. Sparta Age, gotcha. Cool. Apparently, some of you guys have removed from Melody, which works out because then I can add these guys. Alrighty. Let's get Cajun and let's get Atho, and then we'll get Anthrax and Snickers right after this. Cajun. Perfect, perfect. Need 4 more? Need 4 more? Okay, we'll get you guys versus Jesus then. How does that sound? Perfect, perfect. That Glorious Mustard, sup, Count? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Catalucci. Cat is the best, dude. I agree with that. I agree with that. We got ourselves Obliv, Daedra, Chrysler on the same team. And Atha? Whoa. Now that's a big team name right here, boys. Now that's a huge team name right here. Twitch. We got ourselves. I feel like I just named it, but either way. Oh, I like the Mogobliv. Oh, that's very fiery. Oh, I like that. We got ourselves Chrysler. We got ourselves Obliv with Uranus in the back. We got ourselves Daedra and Athaman versus team 2 with Ornach. Still sticking to Frost. No, wait, actually gonna go Arcane. Okay, okay, that's gonna be a bit different. M6 as a arms warrior with Lanira as a assassination rogue. Jen on a Worgen Destro Warlock. It looks like it's gonna be dope. First up, another Destruction Warlock versus Uranus. This is gonna tear him up. Literally, but it looks like Uranus is gonna try to take a dump on him first. It's gonna be dope. Oh, I keep switching to the wrong person completely. Dope dropping down the big inferno. Looking to get Chaos up and running. Uranus cannot get the interrupt for it. Maybe he missed out the interrupt, getting juked on. The DK taking a big slammering. Dope taking lots of damage. So that's still a big army of the undead. Ready to go. Fear onto the DK. Does break out pretty quickly. Chaosbolt 1 and 2. Chaosbolt 2. I think it's done and done. Uranus, unless you can get some kind of healing. Looks like there was no healing. And I cannot for the life of me switch to the right person at the right time. I swear to God, what is wrong with me? Obliv? What is dope? Dope is 5. Okay, I can do that. I can do this. I can do this. Only taking 2 days off stream. And I forget how to do this. Dope does go for a port, maybe a little bit early. He hasn't even switched the pet. He didn't even go for a succubus pet against the DK. So it looked like he was feeling pretty confident. It's going to be immediate trigger for Obliv trying to land a polymorph onto Dope. He does land it. It's going to be that, not a Dark Glare. Observer? Big combustion coming down for Obliv, going to be a reflect for Dope, but looks like the combustion is still going to go through. Obliv sealing a bit of that reflect for a little bit of time, but enough to take it off and just continue pummeling with combustion damage. Massive, massive damage out of Obliv, kind of out of nowhere. With Lanira going to be up next. I don't think we've seen a Fire Mage go for big combustion in such a long while. I think there's a lot of people that were worried about, oh, Fire Mages, oh, they, you know, no more Master Blaster, no more Master Stacking. Is Fire Mage even going to be good? I think Fire Mages are going to be still pretty good, boys. Big breath into Lanira with a polymer for after. Lanira actually kind of expecting for the fire breath to be the full duration and kind of just stood there for a second. Looks like actually it's going to be able to break out of that and shut his Shadow Melt out of there. He did shrink it for it. So he did shrink it for that. Ring of Frost to follow. Looks like he's going to be able to freeze Lanira. And if anything, Obliv at least is going to maybe be able to get a Meteor down. Cloak of Shadows coming out for the Rogue immediately. Getting a Kindred Shot into Obliv. Big dress. Obliv does blink out of it. Not even shrinking out of it. And a blind into Obliv while Vendetta is rolling for Lanira. That's a lot of cooldowns you're committing there. And unless you can get a sap after this, it's going to be a little rough. Does land the sap. Might want to come in as long as Vendetta's up. That is the most unfortunate thing the Assassination Rogues sometimes do. Is Vendetta somebody, and then they blind him right after. That is super unfortunate. I know sometimes you have to do it, but man, is it giga unfortunate in my opinion. Like, damn. That's extra rough. I believe looking to push in, getting hit with a sap. He could breath into the room. Everybody on the team 2 probably should give him space in case he does. Catches the Rogue. What kind of dot do you have on the Rogue still? Or did the Rogue not... Was the Rogue not able to catch a restore for some reason? Still has Master burning on him. Looking to actually get a Kindred Shot onto Obliv. Does Obliv go for a blink? He doesn't choose to blink this. He's actually letting the damage up, but Lanira's just taking damage to the Flame Shield. 1 Crucible, 2nd Crucible. Is that enough damage? I think it might be enough. Lanira might be out of this. Meteor on one side, cheat death. And the dot's taking him out. The shield, dude. Just see the shield damage. Oh my god. That is so huge. That's a huge amount of damage. It's just like, it's like a giga version of a, it's like a giga lightning shield. But like a better. Like 12 lightning shields at once. Obliv dropping down the big greater pyro into M6, getting the images available with a Nova immediately onto M6. Could go for a bit of a Blaze Storm. He decides not to. Actually reflected something from Obliv, but the images are absorbing a lot of the damage, or at least reducing the damage pretty heavily. M6 does go in for a Blaze Storm, trying to catch up to Obliv. Does land a Fear on him after, breaking that Fear immediately. Dressed to follow. Obliv does take quite a hefty amount of damage. Going to be a breath onto M6, dropping Meteor on one side. M6 is going to be powering himself up. Big avatar available. Obliv does break the banner pretty quickly. And with Obliv having blinks instead of shimmers, it's going to be hard to get away from M6. Still the Safeguard Trinket. And it has actually enough Fire Blast damage in order to break through whatever health he had left, with Jen going to be up next as a Warlock versus Obliv, getting hit in the polymorph while the pet is getting hit with a freezing, the Ring of Frost, into big combustion coming down for Obliv. Dropping down the Phoenix's Reflect available for Jen as he's gonna get a Chaos Bolt off into Obliv. A little bit of an unfortunate blink. Cataclysm on the other side. Looks like Obliv is just running into everything. So far he had a really good streak of things, and now he's gonna get hit by an Infernal. Is that gonna be an Ice Block play here? Potentially. But Obliv is looking pretty good so far, feeling good. Goes for a quick invis, trying to blink away. That's going to give him a bit of a shield to deal with some of the dot damage. Getting some dots back onto Jen as well. We are about to hit the 5-minute mark, boys. I'm going to hit the dampening very soon. Jen still has the Infernal out. That thing shouldn't be out for much longer, though. And Jen so far hasn't been able to make the most damage with that Infernal. Obliv goes in for Ring of Frost. Jen looking to get the hell away from Obliv for now, since there's only so much you can do. Mortal Coil is going to connect. And a big Casbolt gonna slap into Obliv's health bar. Reflect available. Obliv, is he able to seal the Reflect? Might be an Ice Block here, as barely enough health left. Obliv has a dot burning on him. Does get a shield last second. Still holding on to Cauterize. So as long as he has Cauterize, he has enough health to deal with this. Does Obliv play Rune of Power, by the way? Is that a Rune of Power with Combustion? Is that what he's playing? Is that real? Jen getting hit with a Meteor on one side. Actually takes the full damage of it. Couple Fire Blasts and a Pyro. Jen does go for a heal. Unless Jen can get some sort of CC or damage onto Obliv, it's going to be really bad. Interrupted onto Casbolt. Obliv has a massive advantage here. Jen looking to get the hell away. Waiting for the Mortal Coil. Doesn't even survive it. And Don think he survives it, as Obliv still holds on to the Cauterize against Ornash this time. Playing that Arcane Mage. Okay, now it's going to be 1-1. 8% dampener here, boys. 6 minutes into this duel, and Obliv is actually catching up with quite a bit of health. Stealing the shield from Ornash. Hits him with a breath. That's going to be a poly. Had a greater Pyroblast in the opener. Does Obliv go for any more damage? Big combustion. Does play Rune of Power, so he's playing for the big one-shots. And Ornash is going to pop Ice Block and just sit there. I guess it makes sense. Obliv trying to drop down the Meteor. Gonna hit Ornash. I think that actually hit while he's standing on Rune of Power. That's actually a really ballsy move as a Fire Mage to play the Rune of Power in these duels. Normally you want the mobility, normally you value mobility. But I guess it makes sense. You might as well go for the big one-shot if possible. Ornash trying to pop invis. It's going to be Nova for Obliv. It's going to be Ornash blinking around, trying to get the touch of the Imagine with the Polymer right after Obliv is just completely countering Ornash. And a great G-Pie with the Ring of Frost right after is going to get him frozen. He doesn't have a second G-Pie to follow since that has a cooldown. But it's going to be a Fireball with a couple Fire Blasts. It's going to be Ornash catching up on a lot of heals. So far, these two mages are a little bit of a standstill. Ornash still holding on to his cooldowns. Hasn't really popped off just yet. And Obliv waiting for about 1 more minute on that combustion. But any damage Obliv does, this has a lot more sustain to it. That's what I noticed. Ornash so far hasn't really went in for the big hits. I think he's trying to get an interrupt out of Obliv before he goes in for the big missile play. So he basically has to keep baiting out. But Obliv always will land this proper opener with a breath into Poly, into Meteor, with a greater Pyro, getting a bunch of damage on Ornash. Huge Crucible. It looks like Ornash did have himself a little bit of that spell rewind time rolling. Rewinded at a little bit different time. Still had massive dots after. Again, Obliv poking it, get this Fire Blaster. Ornash just has to try to deal with this damage. He has to find a way to just deal with that until he can get a kick out of Obliv. And so far, he hasn't been able to go for any kind of damage his own. And that's going to be Obliv trying to see if he can finish off the fight. Ornash taking a lot of damage. Arcane Power available. Trying to get those instant casts in there to see if any heals. It looks like Obliv takes him out at the very end. Very well done. Gotta give you credit. Look at that 5-0. I think we gotta get Atho back in here, dude. I think we gotta get Atho's team back in. I think we have to get Atho's team back into the next duel. We have to. I'm gonna have to push someone back, dude. I'm gonna have to push someone back. Anthrax, I know you want to duel. I know you want to duel. I gotta get Atho because his team hasn't really good to play. I think that's how we're gonna do it. So it's gonna be Atho versus Snickers, and Anthrax. I'll put you versus I guess Sparta. That actually kind of would work, wouldn't it? Unless Jesus. Okay, Sparta and Anthrax will have you play against each other. How does that sound? Unless you guys are part of the same team, and then we could figure something out. Need to replace one. Okay, Atho. Well, it works out actually. Yo, Atho, we'll get you in right next. Let's go. Same. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Yeah, how does that sound? And Anthrax is what? And 90. Here we go. We'll do it like this. Because you gotta replace one. We'll get you guys ASAP as soon as you have 5. Ready? Sparta is ready. If Athaman is ready after, then we're good to go. Got the group of Slick Trick. Is it okay to queue? One more had I. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry we do. Yeah, we're good. Said Frost is pure meta. Why no one duels Frost? Okay, so you gotta also understand some classes are gonna be a little bit different for duels. When people say something is good for PvP, almost no one's saying for duels. Almost nobody's saying for duels or world PvP for that matter. Most people are saying like in comps, right? In comps, in competitive like comps, like in preset groups. Frost is probably really good in preset groups. When you don't, what the fuck? That's a lot of Shadow Priest. We'll let this happen, but normally we only do like 3 of each class. So Shadow Priest or 3 of each spec in some classes, like Rogues class. Boomies, Pharaohs, you can play 2 Boomies, 2 Pharaohs if you want to. That's a lot of priests. Normally, I'll let you run it, Anthrax, but normally 2 is the cap. Normally 2 is the cap. I'll let this run just because it's gonna be priest dominating, I feel like, but maybe it'll be a Demon Hunter play. We never really know, right? But yeah, next time just if don't break too many of one class. Let's just do that. Two max. Switch. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was just talking to the chat. Hey, that's a lot of priests here. You know, we got ourselves Amen, we got ourselves Aurelian, we got ourselves Hendrickson. That's a lot of priests. Normally we have a rule of like 3 priests at a time, but these guys are kind of new at these duels, so gotta just letting them do it. And Trax here. And it looks like it's gonna be Amen going up first versus Ramstein. Big Unholy DK plays Amen though, popping off as many cooldowns as possible. Looks like big damage though. Disperse comes out. Is it gonna be enough to live through Disperse? I think it's gonna be enough. And Amen does get out there as a big fart cloud, purple fart cloud, but still Ramstein got a lot of damage rolling. Does he have an interrupt for this? Does he have a grip for the Shadowman? Looks like the Shadowmans are clean. Does get the last one interrupted. Amen does use Crucible offensively rather than so for a self-heal purpose. And I think it might be the pay for that. Ramstein is going to be first up, already slain his first. And from one Shadow Priest into the next with Hendrickson. Actually, is that the name? Hendrickson. Yeah, it's actually his name, Hendrickson. The AX in Russian makes an H sound. So it's like XE, which is HE. The H in English is an N in Russian. It looks like Ramstein. Are you just taking dot damage? Oh no. If you're taking dot damage, that'd be unfortunate. Hendrickson goes in for a fear. I think Ramstein is basically in that execute range. AMS does come out. But I don't think it's going to be enough Greater Fate for Hendrickson to live this long enough. Ramstein does go for a anti-magic zone, trying to deal with his dots in any way he can. It looks like he doesn't play Death Pact, as DPs are going to be loaded up. The pets are up and running, but Hendrickson does end up taking them out. Only so much you can do against Shadow Priest, boys. Luda is going to be up next on the other team with Fruity Dad, as well as Kata and Hellforsen. Well, a lot of those guys didn't really get to play last time. Stun onto Hendrickson as Luda is taking lots of damage himself, actually. Big I-beam coming out. Going to be silenced. Flying up in the air, but I think that might be a bad situation to be in. That's a lot of dots. Still ticking on you, and Ludis can't really do much about it. Gonna be a Void Eruption for Hendrickson. Ludis, I think, is in the execute range. Darkness comes down. Mind Flay, and I think his Mind Flay might just have him here. Ludis does start to poke out with the Metamorphosis, but it was not enough. Wow, 2 people on the team 1 getting taken down very, very quickly. Hellforsen gonna be up next. I think it's the first time Hellforsen actually gets to play in the EU duels. But that's what happens to me when you have too many Shadow Priests back to back. Although I thought Ramstein did pretty good versus the first priest. Versus Amen. But it's going to be Hendrickson. Does he go for a Void Off Racial? It looked like he was trying to send out a Void Off Racial thing. Going to be a Disperse as the Vendetta comes out. Hellforsen has him locked down. But it's going to be a little bit rough. Hendrickson, though, is not going anywhere. Hellforsen does break out of the field pretty quickly. Vendetta is still rolling. Hendrickson does go for a Great Fade. And that's going to be a kick interrupt for Hellforsen, landing the blind into Hendrickson while he's kind of lowish health. And Hendrickson does not have any defenses left. Hellforsen, if you have any cooldowns to follow this, you might be in a good spot. Goes in for Garrod, and that's going to be Hendrickson probably using the Void of Racial if he can get out of the stun to break away from the rogue. Safeguard trick, it does poke in, but that's going to be Safeguard getting burnt through really quickly. Hendrickson with not a lot of health does go down. That was such a close duel. The rogue came in at a right time with Hendrickson not really having too many cooldowns available. Going to be a Scythian onto Hellforsen who does not go eliminating it. That's going to be pretty bad. That's free damage, but also healing reduction. And Aurelian is going to be able to break out of that stun with a Trinket. Stun onto Hellforsen, Trinket's out of it. Cloaker Shot is coming out for a rogue, and Aurelian finds it super low. Maybe a Disperse coming out. That's going to be a Void Eruption. Does he go for Disperse? Maybe a Disperse? Maybe too late? Silence? Oh, what? That's so much damage out of the rogue. He actually was just able to, unless he hit him with a Maledict, I think the rogue just has enough damage where the Disperse for the Shadow Priest is just not enough. Hellforsen does break out of that stun, very, very short stun versus Anthrax. Kidness Demon tries to get away, but I don't think the Paladin's going to let him go anyway. DFA comes out, goes in for a Dress, looking to maybe get some big damage in. But he does go down, with Fruity Dad going to be up next in the other team with the Ring of Frost onto Anthrax. Potentially a bubble out of this. That's going to be a lot of damage for Anthrax. Does bubble it. But that's going to be Fruity Dad getting the hell out of it. Look at him sprinting, dude. Why is he moving so fast? Oh, I think it's because his trait shrunk him, so it looked like he's moving faster than he really is. Nova into Anthrax. He does get out of it with a Hand of Freedom. That's going to be quite a bit of damage. Interrupt only by Fruity Dad. No bubble available for Anthrax. Not much you can do about it. That's going to be Scorches into a Pyro. Wow, Team 1 still has plenty of a bite left in them. And Jesse, this is going to be the last one left on Team 2 as only almost under 5 minutes have passed. And that might be the fastest 5v5 1v1 duel ever. Unless Jesse takes a win against Fruity Dad here. It might be a really, really quick game. Might come down to Boomy versus Boomy. And if that happens, I want to see an honor duel of Boomkins. I want to see Kata give Jesse opportunity to at least catch up on health, if anything. Give it as much of an honor duel as possible. But Fruity kind of tried to see if he can maybe land inside. Look at you maybe get aggressive now. Just playing it kind of defensively. Waiting it out. Fruity wants to push in. Looking even for a mount up. Going to be Jesse. Poke it out from cat form. Getting a quick thrash and then going back behind the pillar. It looks like Jesse is taking a little bit of that mastery damage, maybe a bit of too much damage. Going to be going for a bit of instant cast onto Fruity, beam up in the air, Ring of Frost trying to make a play, but not going to happen. Jesse is going to go for a massive heal with Frenzy Region, knocking Fruity Dad back for a second. That's going to be power shifting out of those roots. As long as Jesse is able to maintain his health, he might be okay. But I don't think he's going to be able to. I think it's maybe too much damage. Too low, possibly. Does get himself Bar Skin available. Try not to go for a cast because he's going to get interrupted. I think it's over. Yeah, Fruity, I think you just stick him out. That was a quick one. That was a really quick duel. The Hellforsen getting quite a lot of damage out as Assassination Rogue. Nice. Hashtag show me your boomies. Oh, God. That's an old one. Alrighty, boys. Well, let's probably get Anthrax in here in the duels very, very soon again. Sparta, ready? Does that have ready? We're definitely going to give you guys a chance to play again. I think we go maybe Jesus and... I think Cajun and Snickers know we got to play. So Anthrax versus Jesus maybe. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Is Atho ready? Wait, this is kind of buggy. Hold on. Here we go. Ready? Alright, let's get Atho and let's get Sparta in here. Thanks for the fun, mate. Yo, Anthrax, you're more than welcome to play more than once, man. Your team is more than welcome to it. Just make sure you don't have like 3 of each team. 3 of each class, only 2 of each. So like 2 Shadow Priests, 2 Druids, stuff like that. Unless you know that they're Boomkins and Ferals, you can have like 2 Boomies, 2 Ferals. Okay, cool. I was thinking we are gonna get another team of 3 Shadow Priests, but that's okay. We did not. Switch. Got it in place? Yeah, man. Alba Capitana, check LFG, man. Check LFG. If you guys got space, let them know, man. Alliance or Horde, let them know that you got room. If you have in your room. Dalaran, what's your opinion? Which race is better, Alliance or Horde? Which race is better? That's more of a faction. I like Horde a lot better, but Alliance is really cool too. I just like Horde too much, man. They have very interesting characters like Sylvanas. We have which faction has more Garishes? We have 2 of them. How many does Alliance have? None. Horde wins, obviously. Alright, so Twitch. I don't know if I did that or not. We got ourselves team 2 with Atham, man. With Deja in the back. We got ourselves Tendril. You guys swapped somebody out just now. Chrysler in the back as well as Obliv. What'd you guys swap out? Because Tendril wasn't part of the team before. Tendril. Is it the same Tendril in the Horde? We got ourselves Sprites damage, Esprit's damage with Grot Lisa. Whoa, I like the Mog. We got Grot Lisa. We got ourselves Necros with Nithel. And gonna be first up, Rogue Slick Trick versus Chrysler. Getting that Succubus CC catch pretty early on. Oh, I'm swapping to wrong people completely. Big Caswell coming down with an Infernal into a stun Cataclysm after Slick. Oh my god! Oh my, what just happened? Chrysler just wiped it. This rogue didn't even have a chance to play. Cheat death! He didn't kill him through cheat death. What? Oh my, what just happened? Well, Netho is going to be up next as a Frost. DK getting slammed with it. 1 Caswell, maybe a second one. Does he have an answer for this one? Turning to the Succubus to get those death strikes, which is value. Going to be a fear for Chrysler. Getting... Oh. And the second one goes down. It's only been a minute, Chrysler. Unless you're trying to go for like a speed record, you better go. You're a little behind. You want to beat the 4 minutes. Looks like Grot Lisa. Looking for a bit of that honor duel from afar. Doesn't get too close to Chrysler. Goes for like an honor duel, a bit of a nice, gentle bow. But he's going to try to get some damage in. It's going to get the DPs rolling to Chrysler. Silence comes out. Is that going to be Succubus CC to follow? Looks like Chrysler does not go for Succubus CC. Might look for his own health. I think that was a Warlock Hellstone just now. That's going to be a stun onto Chrysler. It's going to go for a bandage onto the pet from Grot Elisa with a fear right after. It needs some more damage. It's going to be reflected available. Mind Blood's going to reflect it back to Grot Elisa. Chrysler needs to go for a Mortal Coil. Doesn't have a Mortal Coil. Fear. Grot Elisa, I think, might have him. Chrysler just leaves. Okay, Chrysler, you come in and you just kind of like one-shot a couple people. And as soon as Chrysler isn't one-shotting somebody, he leaves? Is that like some kind of a cheesy play he's got going on or something? Oh my goodness. Or maybe Succubus did something weird. Gonna be Daedra up next as another Warlock on team 2. Trying to get the damage up and running under Grot Elisa. Trying to get a Tyrant rolling. Grot Elisa is gonna bail out of there. Stun around the corner. Looks like the Tyrant is still gonna get a cast or two. Looks like the Tyrant is able to cast through the wall for a second. Did that Tyrant just cast through a wall one cast? That's going to be a lot of damage to Grot Elisa. Get interrupted. I don't know if he can do much about it. That's a lot of damage to run it, but that's the thing. He might be going down here unless he can somehow heal. Greater Fate available. Trying to get a Shadowman up and running. Mind control danger at the last second. The peasant's still beating up on him. And Ninja forced to run out of there. Sorry, boys. I took off there for a second. Hopefully they didn't pick up on the mic at all. And they muted whatever. Actually, I guess I'll get to find out the mic muting thing, like when I mute it myself. If that gets picked up at all. Deja needs to kind of reorganize himself all over again. Get the pets up and running versus Grot Elisa. Had a really, really good play. And because of he's playing the Shadow build of Warlock, he needs kind of like an all-in wombo combo. And he had the all-in wombo combo. What is fear? It's like making you walk around these pillars. You're Spider-Man in these pillars around, man. What's going on? Miles Morales shit going on right here. Gonna get an interrupt on the Grot Elisa on Shadow while they are in Void form. Grot Elisa got a lot of damage available here. That's gonna be Void Bullets, lots of DPs on the Deja. Can even set up all those dots and DPs on the pets if he wants to. With a Succubus C for a second, Deja trying to go for a Drain Life while Wall is up. Grot Elisa goes in for Focus Asteroid Beam. Actually doing quite a bit of damage. The Shadow Pits actually sometimes play Focus Asteroid Beam just to make sure they get interrupted on that ability. And then they go in for a bunch of their damage. Big Tyrant available. Mind control trying to come out. Going to be interrupted onto Grot Elisa. Does he have a Disperse for available? He does have a Disperse very, very soon. The Tyrant isn't doing the most amount of damage. Grot Elisa still decides to go for Disperse either way. That's good. That's good that it was muted. Kind of in the chat saying it was muted. Stun onto Gralisa. The Tyrant is going to be down. That's a lot of damage that just couldn't really be. And Dejo this time didn't have this whole pet army. It feels like with the way that the Tyrant works, you might want to get as many extra summons for pets with a lot of health from your Honor Towns in order to make a play there. But I don't know if it was really able to, because it is super hard. Gonna be a big boss scourge bombers dropping in from onto Gralisa. Dejo catching up on a lot of that health. And Gralisa is actually given a full challenge. Normally a Warlock isn't that challenging for a Shadow Priest. Normally you just go for a bit of CC. As long as you can juke a kick, you're good to go. Getting a silence on Deja as he does summon up a pet. As a Vile Fiend joins the fight for a little bit extra sustain, sending a pet of his own onto Deja with a Psy Fiend. As Deja is going to go for a drain life on that pet. Gralisa, next time you have a stun CC chain, you might actually be able to do something. Stun by Deja, dropping down the boss coach bombers. Gralisa looking to get the hell out of there. Does get himself a greater fade. If Deja's in a line of sight of Gralisa when they go for a heal, he could interrupt it. Try to go for Azure Beam. Deja knows not to interrupt it. He knows not to interrupt that beam. He's going to get a Mortal Call into Gralisa, get himself at least a bit of a health catch-up, drain life for a second. Mind control interrupted. And AJ is just looking to recover a little bit. Getting the pets up and running. It's going to be a Tyrant trying to put that guy on cooldown. And looking to maybe get some damage on Gralisa. Gets a stun onto Deja. Maybe you can go in if you're on Tyrant. The Tyrant is doing some damage. Deja going in for drain life. As long as nothing stops, you might be able to survive this. Try to get another Fear into Gralisa, but the Shadow Priest does take it at the very, very end. 2 Warlocks down for Team 2 with Tendril. As number 3 going to be up next. Fury Warrior try to go for a reflect. The Fear cannot get reflected, however. It looks like Gralisa is not going to reflect any of VT's back to himself. Looks like Tendril does not have... Oh, he does have pummel. Looks like he kind of had delayed pummel there. And the Shadow Priest goes in for a mind control. It is going to be delayed DR'd because of the Fear. The Fear does DR with the mind control. But I think the Shadow Priest in this situation could still get a lot of heals. Tendril better get a lot of ramp up pressure going. Gonna be able to break out of the storm pretty quickly with that trinket. And he needs a lot of pressure in order to get Gralisa down. There could be a disperse available for the Shadow Priest, trying to get all the ZPs into Tendril, who does go for a little bit of that reflect available. He got himself Ignore Pain up and running too. That's a lot of damage. Gralisa caught up on a lot of health though. The Tendril needs to find a way to maybe get a lot of this pressure rolling. Either just surviving Gralisa for a little bit by going for Ignore Pains, getting those interrupts, going for Fears when Gralisa goes in for big damage or big heals. Azure Beam trying to come out. He's just gonna have to take it to the face. Actually goes in for a Fear onto it. And gets a lot of pressure onto the Shadow Priest. Might actually just have him here. Execute's coming out. It looks like Tendril just out of nowhere found himself the courage, the muster, the rage needed in order to land those big executes back to back. And he is gonna be burning in the Zot Trinket on top of it. Interesting. The Shadow Priest damage. Esper's damage going to be up next. Tendril does go for a Dwarven Racial. Puts himself in a horror for a second. But does take off all those dots. Actually, I think he takes off DP as well and everything. So that's a perfect play for him. But Esper's damage still got a lot of damage potential. Going to be hitting him with the Fear for a second. The Fear breaks pretty quickly. Does get the interrupt on the Shadow. Does Tendril have enough damage? That's going to be a bit of a disperse and cancel disperse. And Esper's damage goes down. Was that a disperse canceled? It looked like he canceled his disperse. Or am I wrong about that? That's going to be the Fury Warrior taking him out. The Fury Warrior got some damage in there. Necros is going to be up next. Sub-Rogue popping off evasion pretty early on. Reaping Flame and the dress onto Tendril. Is not really going to have a lot of ways to heal himself. Does Bopper reflect? Not really sure what he can reflect against the Rogue. But that's a lot of Shadow Strikes though either way. Shadow Strikes and Shadowy Blades. Trying to get a slow onto Necros, not going to be able to get it. Shadow Step coming out. Does he get a slow? Needs to land those hamstring on Necros to make sure he doesn't go anywhere. And Tendril looks like he barely takes any damage in health. The Zot Trinket available. Does get hit with a blind. Doesn't stay that long at all. And Necros does go for a Vanish. Unless Tendril can maybe somehow get him out with a Whirlwind. No, he's not going to be able to. Unless he could time maybe a Zerker's Rage and then Whirlwind at a random. I don't think he's going to be able to. I think the Rogue is just going to go behind the pillar and just kind of reset it for a bit. He's going to reset, chillax. Tendril got himself some damage though. Fury Warriors. I think the only Fury Warriors we really get to see are Cat. And we also get to see Kragar. But both of them play very defensively as Fury Warriors. Not too much aggression. And Tendril might be one of the first few Fury Warriors to play super aggro. Unless it's maybe just a damage, a difference in like health as well as gear. So I'm just trying to get some damage to Necros. Necros looking like it was a backup. No evasion available. Tendril, I think, is waiting for a charge. As soon as the rogue maybe goes behind the pillar. Does he have a charge to connect? I think he's expecting a step from the rogue. Goes in for a leap. Hit shot comes out, but Necros able to get all the dots up and running. Big dress on the Tendril. He takes the damage to the face. Does have himself recklessness available as well. The Zot Trinket is going to give him a little bit of that sustainability. Short charge to Necros. And looking to land those executes really close. Crucible 1. And I think it's going to be down. I think it's going to be down. Tendril coming back as a Fury Warrior with 3 kills back to back. Lots of healing too. So maybe if Dampen was a little higher, that might have been a lot harder. Sorry, boys. Sorry, I got a bit of a cough in me. It was a good duel, though. It was a good duel. Well, now, my coughs started becoming a lot less dry. A lot of them are starting to become like wet coughs, which is kind of weird. That's a 35. Jesus and Anthrax, unless Anthrax isn't ready. Sparta H and Athman played. Anthrax, are you here? Snickersnee, are you here? Cajun, Sparta, Atho, let me know who's ready, man. Yeah, I doubt it, Michael. I doubt it. You got what we need. Catching a step up. We need you, man. Esprit is busted. I went to AFK before the duel even started. Oh no. Hey, what's up, Karen? How do you, man? Yeah, you destroyed 2 people like immediately. It was hilarious. Dalaran, remember to breathe? Yeah. Okay, so we got Jesus ready. We got ourselves Athman ready. Do we just throw Athman and Jesus? Because we're going to do Jesus versus Anthrax, but I don't know if he's here. He said last time, team disbanded. I'll catch you next week. All right, man. Sounds good. Yeah, I should have read it. All right, I guess we can do Jesus and Atho. Sparta, we still 2. I would need to put Sparta versus either Snickersnee or Cajun. I'll put you guys against, we 2? Oh, okay. Jesus and Atho, man. Привет, Osage. So do like. Большое спасибо. He said, hello, Whiskers, basically. And a long time. My daughter's 9 months now. I had no time to game, but I'm back, baby. What's up, Robert? How you doing, my man? Yo. Happy birthday to your daughter, man. That's huge, dude. Or 9 months. It's not actually birthday. Well, happy 9-month birthday, whatever. You get what I mean, right? You get what I mean, right? Yeah, that's awesome, man. Happy to hear that, man, dude. Happy to hear that. I just been getting sick, and I've been I'm now on medication for like 2 weeks. My tummy was doing weird things, but I'm okay. I'm streaming. I'm having a good time, but I wasn't having a good time. Took a Wednesday off. Wednesday, Thursday. Log destroyed me, dude. Cryzer just came in with big blast and damage out of nowhere. Maybe he's running some kind of a weird glass cannon. 0 versatility, maximum master or something like that, you know? Oh, Atherman is missing 1, but hopefully they can still get 1 in there. Which? Team 2 is missing 1. Hopefully they'll load in, but it's going to be Team 1 with Des. We got ourselves. Yannick's going to be first up with Cross in the back. We got ourselves a Vito as well as Copy. Again, I like the smog. I think it's better as a female panda than a male panda. Again, try to see if we can do that hair thing of blue. Maybe it'll look better that way. Maybe not. Obliv is going to be on the other team. We got Ather. We got our 5th. Deja. Looks like it's going to be Deja versus Yandex. First up, we got us Potential. And Kryza zoning in. Here's the 5th. No more Shadow Priest this time, Kryzer. I think you're going to be okay, man. Deja taking the gateway. Yandex looking to back up for a second. That's going to be Shadow Bolt going through. Kind of, sort of, going through the pillar. Yandex is going to be pushing in. As his pet is gonna get hit. Alright, boys, are we back? Are we back, boys? Are we back? Are we good to go? Are we back? Are we good? Or are we still down? It's back. Okay, cool. It's gonna be big damage on the Yandex as the turn comes out. Got an AMS as well as on the Zot Trinket. Gonna be a big Boss Scourge bombers coming down. It looks like Yandex is gonna be able to survive it. Have no idea what happened, boys. My OBS was doing fine. My OBS was all in the green. YouTube was saying everything is good to go. And all of a sudden, I guess it stopped. We're back though, boys. We're back. Yandex trying to see if he might be able to survive through Danger. Got himself the anti-magic zone available. Getting a slow onto Danger with the chain of ice. Gonna be a second to see for Danger to follow. Using the Void Elf Racial to get the hell out of there. It looks like these boys are still going at it. No dampening just yet. Yandex is at full health. Danger's at full health. And Danger is going to be down on the wall. Tyrant available very, very soon. Yandex just cycling through defenses pretty regularly. Yeah, no idea what happened there, boys. But yeah, tell your friends, man. We're back. Stream is back. We're good to go, man. Don't worry about it. We're back, boys. We're back. Mortal Call onto Yandex as Danger trying to get away. That's going to be a succubus CC right after following the CC chains back to back. Shadow Fury by Danger is trying to get the damage out, trying to get the pets in. Yandex, does he have anywhere to recover? It's going to be Nazath Trinket back up and running. It's going to be the Bioscourge Bombers dropping him, but he kind of just sidesteps to avoid him a little. And maybe Danger can get something rolling here very, very soon. Keeping Yandex's health low is important here. Yandex looks like you decided to drop the Honor Talent where your Remorseless Winter would land a stun. It looks like Yandex still taking damage. Danger doesn't have any pressure, but Yandex is still taking damage, still taking pressure, still trying to find a way to deal with. Looks like the little bit of Pad's damage is actually starting to wear on him as the dampening rolls in. Yandex cycling even more defenses. He should be getting his big defenses available very, very soon. Still has an ace in a hole for Death Pact. So should be okay for a bit. Danger Mortal Calls and the Tyrant coming out. Yandex does get a Death Pact rolling there. And Yandex is looking to get the hell out of there. Does he take a loss of damage from all his pets? If he doesn't find a right angle, that's going to be lots of damage. The pets are still just obliterated. Oh! The pets have still got him. Oh my god, this Tyrant is beautiful. The pets are just throwing much damage. And it's going to be Vito getting hit on the succubus. See, how would you go for a bubble? Danger trying to see if he can bail out of there. Does he have a Mortal Call coming up very, very soon? Trying to go for a stun onto Vito. Maybe a little too early, and down he goes. Very good play versus Yandex. Frost DK versus Demonology Warlock. And he made a pretty good play there, boys. Made a pretty damn good play. Atherman gonna be up next. Atherman is 2, getting a big old stun onto Vito. Still rolling the hammer. Shield of Evidence available for Vito. As Atherman is looking to close the gap, the hammer is going to slam down. I don't know if it's going to do a lot of damage. Bit of damage. Atherman does break out of that stun. And Vito going in for wings of his own should be able to survive this for a bit. Atherman still holding on to a bubble, so in a chess match, both Atherman has a massive advantage. Vito has to go for a lot of self-heals. That's going to be lots of holy damage. Still able to go through. The Blessing of Protection Hodge still goes through. If Atherman can get himself one more magic hit, does get it with a Divine Storm with a Garrod from Death immediately in a Kindred Shot right after. Blood of the Enemy Big Dress. Atherman has to go for a bubble just like that. Slash Castrenum sums up red. Basically, dude, basically. Atherman does have to bubble this off, though. And I think he's just going to have to wait. Des did burn a lot of offensives. Vendetta, Blood of the Enemy, Big Dress. That was a lot to commit there. That was a pretty big cooldown traded by Atho. But it was a big cooldown traded by Des. And Des, ooh. Looks like Atho has a ghost following him. I still haven't got that necklace thing. The memento. I want to get a hunted memento. At least in one of my characters. Maybe not my rogue, because I feel like that'd be super annoying. Maybe like my Shadow Priest. Or like a Warlock. Or a Paladin. Death Knight. Probably Death Knight. Because I feel like a rogue would be kind of annoying to see all the time. Close shot is available for Des. As Atherman is going to land the Hodge. He's going to be triggered for Des, though. Maybe pop an evasion here. Kindred Shot. Oh, Kindred Shot comes out as Atherman gets wings and it's going to go for a big heal. Blind comes out, but he's already topped off. If only Death had a blind a little bit early, but Atherman got wings back up anyway. The random proc of wings for Paladins, I feel like that's the way to go, man. I feel like that is the way to go. Gonna be a Mark for Death ready for Des, getting a Garrod into Ath, and maybe a Kindred Shot right off following it. Nope, doesn't look like it. He wants to go for big damage. Evasion available for Des. And Atherman popping off the big wings could be huge damage right here. Kindred Shot into Atha. Does Des have anything to follow here? Needs to get Atha low enough. If he gets Atha low enough, he might be able to do something. Big Blood of the Enemy with a dress comes out, but that's going to be Shield of Vengeance popping back at Atha. And Atha just slaps back with all that holy damage right afterwards. Who's going to be up next? We got us as Cross, and we got us as Copy. Cross is going to be up next with Atha again, get another set of wings immediately. IBF available for Cross, probably not a bad idea against all this wings. Going to be a big hammer hanging over his head. That IBF is going to give him a lot of that damage reduction, though. Reducing a lot of damage the hammer can do. The big hammer still slams down. Going to be AMS for Cross. Did not use it before the hammer. Use it after the hammer to try to catch up maybe on some heals. Try to get an interrupt on the Atha. Looks like it's not going to be able to do that. As Atha catches up to full health while wings are, I think, randomly procced again for him. Random procs of wings, dude. Totally fair. This cross is getting completely obliterated. Trying to throw a Mally at Atha. The Mally does connect, but doesn't really do much. And Copy's the last one left on Team 1. Into a Hodge. Copy knocking Athaman back a hair. Athaman again closing the gap again, even more wings. He just maintains wings forever. Paladins with constant wings is the key apparently. Copy trying to land the Panda Racial, maybe able to do something to Atha. Big Earth Shock. Zaps coming out. Atha taking quite a lot of damage. Is going to be able to dip under with some flash of lights. Is dipping under in the Underdark with a flashlight. Should be good to go. As we're about to hit the 10-minute mark, and Atha finishes off, or Copy finishes off before the 10-minute mark. Atha actually completely out of defensive except for Shield of Vengeance. That's the only effective defensive against Copy. Unless he somehow goes for Earth Elemental and Atha bops it. Like the stun or whatever. That might be actually a play. Copy knocking Athaman back for a second. If Copy can get him some big damage, got the Fire Elemental ready, that could be a lots of damage too. The dot as well as the constant pressure from the elemental could be actually quite good. Athaman is going to be able to hit the totem for a second, build up a little bit of that holy power. Got himself wings available. Copy looking to get the hell out of it. Is Athaman's actual wings? No, real wings are coming out very soon. And while he had his proc wings, he caught up on a lot of health. Bubble available in 4 seconds, by the way. Plenty of time. Now it's actually impossible for him to lose. Big hammer hanging over Copy's head. Athaman got real wings rolling. Copy, does he have any answer for this? Trying to go for as many totems as possible. Maybe one of these totems will save him. Hex into Atha. Big damage on the Copy. Athaman bubbles it. One more hit is necessary. Interrupted Copy. Maybe one more Templars. Does get the Templars. Nothing can stop a Paladin with a bubble. Atha goes in for a big 4-0. I like how Deja and Yandex, by the way, had a big duel back and forth. Demonage versus Frost, you know, the off-meta specs for PvP. They had a really cool duel. It was a lot closer than I expected. And then Atha came and just wiped the floor over there. Oh my god. Atha, man. Paladins, dude. Paladins with vision of perfection. When you get random wings, oh, I got damage. Oh, I can just murk you. You're done. You're over. Out of here. Actually disgusting. And I would complain more, but this is gone in Shadowlands, boys. Once we're level 60, no more essences, no more azurites. That's gonna be great. I got triple free Templar procs. It was huge, dude. Wait, Templar procs? Wait, free Templar procs on the DK. Wait, that's not Wings procs, right? Templars and Wings. It's someone else, right? That's being disgusting. We gotta get Sparta in here. Jesus still wants to play. Do we have Snickers in here? Do we have Cajun in here? Because Sparta wants to play somebody, man. Templar's verdict? Okay. Yeah. That's huge, dude. Call that face roll Paladin wins. Yo, Jace, yeah. I think Paladins are going to be a little bit more balanced, maybe even less balanced going to level 60, but I am actually, dude, I'm so ready to drop Essences and Azurites. I'm so ready. I was so happy with Corruptions. We're done with those, and I'm so ready to drop Azurites and Corruptions. I'd rather have Soul Binds. I'd rather have Covenant abilities, and I'd rather have Legendaries at this point. I am ready for a new system. Like, I know people hate systems in WoW, but I'm just so tired of this system. I'm ready for a new one. I'm ready. Still ready, of course. It'll go last. Jesus is ready. Sparta is ready. Occasion and Snickers, are they ready? Because otherwise I'd get Jesus, I guess, versus Sparta. No Azurites and Corruptions. Corruptions have been gone for pre-patch. Corruptions have been all gone for pre-patch. And that already, just by itself, Corruptions feels really good to play with without. It feels really, really good to play with. That's one of the reasons why I've been playing more pre-patch than beta. It's actually a lot more fun. And a lot of the class changes also started making it into the pre-patch once the pre-patch actually hit. That was a lot of fun too. Actually so much fun. Actually enjoyable. And now there's even more changes that are coming out in pre-patch that are all from the beta, which is even better. Like a lot of the good stuff. Caligos, take me home. Do you know that on Twitch now they've been doing so hard with the DMCA in my time that I had to break on Wednesday and on Thursday? But apparently Twitch has been really screwing people with DMCA really hard. Apparently even humming songs on Twitch can get to DMCA. I'm pretty sure it's like that on YouTube, but I don't think the bot on YouTube is that like, because YouTube has its own bot. I don't think it's that, like, I could be wrong, maybe I should play it safe, but I don't think it's that, because apparently just humming a song on Twitch, there's a bot that scans Twitch videos, even deleted ones, and clips. So even if you deleted a VOD where you had, like, just, or humming, like, Country Road, just humming it. DMC aid. How do you want to get in all these games? Cody. So are you NA or EU? Because we're doing this on the EU. So the way you would do these, to get into the 5v5 ones, you either make a group, or you join one. So you either start one or join one. To join groups, you go to Play vs. Play, Premium Group, Custom PvP, find a group, type number 5, enter, and see if there's a 5v5 group on your faction, Alliance or Horde, on EU. We're doing this on EU today because it's Friday. Saturday is NA. And if you guys don't see a group, you can always press start group and type something like 5v5 1v1 Duels Dalaran. Advertise that you have a group for Alliance or Horde in the chat and get people join in. And then you're good to go. 9 more days. Dude, I know, right? Alright, let's get Jesus versus Sparta H. Let's get Jesus Sparta H. Sparta H. We'll get him in there. And then we'll get afterwards whoever. We need to donate tomorrow, Cody. Tomorrow. I'll advertise it on Discord and everything to make sure that NA is aware that we're doing them tomorrow. But yeah, we're doing them every single week, man. Fridays and Saturdays. We might skip them out the week before the release of Shadowlands, or maybe the week of Shadowlands release, because I think a lot of people will be playing the game and they'll be leveling. So I don't know how many people will actually be able to join 5v1s. You know, I think a lot of people will be too busy gearing. So for Friday on the EU, as well as NA, I think too many people will be doing their own thing. So we might skip the week of Shadowlands release and then do them the next week. We might just do that. So we'll see. Damn, I'm at work tomorrow. It's all good, man. Even with WoW music, can't use it. WoW. So I don't think WoW music, because Blizzard themselves said we don't care if you use our music. Blizzard themselves said we don't care if you use our music. But yeah, apparently on Twitch, the bot will scan it either way. They're basically like, if you got video game music, if it's just like a original soundtrack for that video, for that game, even original soundtrack, just mute your streams. Just mute the game. It's like, you guys stupid? Okay, I understand you can't play fucking Beyonce while you're playing some, I don't know, Demon Souls on PlayStation 5, but you're saying mute the music? When they have their own team do the music? Imagine playing Doom and just turning off the music because it's like, okay, DMCA. Doom without music is just the most boring game ever. Holy shit. Switch. Okay, going on a little bit of a tirade myself. Death's gonna be first up versus as a priest, a damage, which is gonna be 1. Okay, so Death is 5. What? No, wrong. Oh, I'm swapping the wrong person completely. We're gonna be big. Disperse coming out of as priest damage. Just taking the least amount of damage from Death. I think that was a blood of the enemy with a dress though. From the rogue, so that's a pretty big cooldown to commit. So now he has the disperse ready together with the he has disperse properly ready with blood of the enemy. So as soon as blood of the enemy is back up, disperse is going to be back up. And that's going to be a fear onto death as Espri's damage, trying to get some damage, some, you know, Espri's damage. Big Vendetta available. Espri's could be going for that Vampiric Embrace here. Stun onto death. He does shrink it out of it. Still Big Vendetta rolling. Going to be a greater fate for Espri's damage. Does not burn a Vampiric Embrace yet. Might want to think about it. Not a lot of damage available, health available, and does end up taking them out. Does burn the Vampiric Embrace at the last second, but probably should be trading those perfectly. Vendetta, Vampiric Embrace. Blood of the enemy, disperse. You want to be trading those accurately. Because if you don't, you're going to fall behind too far, and that's going to be Death. Catching a reset. Looks like actually away from Necros, just barely away. Necros does put himself out in combat, but Death doesn't see him. Death doesn't have the proper awareness. He doesn't know how to tunnel things. As assassination rogues, I think that might be one of the better specs to tunnel things. You know, you got a Vendetta, you got the target. Once you have your sights locked in, do the most damage you can to that target. Necros does go for a Phantom Knives. And Death doesn't really charge over where he is at. Maybe Death doesn't have the health bars up. Maybe that's what's going on. People don't play with health bars. But he doesn't see the other guy. Necros gets spoken out with a Phantom Knives. He knows he's nearby. I know he's somewhere near. Maybe Des is playing this very defensively, very passively, waiting for cooldowns. So maybe there's a purpose. Necros hanging out by the eyeball on one side. Looking to see if maybe the eyeball is available. Thinking that Des might be next to the eyeball as well. Trying to Phantom Knives. If you can just Phantom Knives now, gonna be Des pouncing on him. Drinking immediately for Necros. Blood of the enemy coming out for Des is gonna get a dress rolling onto Des with a Vendetta. Des has no way to get out of here. Is going to be able to sprint out. No way to re-stealth, however. Necros got himself sprint. And that's going to be Des meeting him on the other side. There's nowhere to really go. Got up and popping defensive at this point. Going to be evasion available for Necros. Does get hit with a blind as Des. Look at you, maybe survive this. Maybe catch a resap on Necros. As Necros did burn a lot of cooldowns just now. Des knows that Necros has a blind. So this is going to be a really sketch here. He has to make sure he has the right play. Goes in for the Garrote, kidney shot, Necros, no trinket available. Actually, Des might be able to get enough damage in. Maybe, could that be it? Does get enough. That's perfect. No trinket. So Necros can't really do anything with that evasion, as long as he takes him out before anything happens. And Des trying to kind of peel back into his room while he has dots rolling. It looks like Nithil is kind of giving him a bit of an honor duel. As much of an honor duel as he can give this rogue. Not really trying to get him out with a D&D or anything. Giving him as much opportunity as possible. I'm swapping to wrong people, dude. Nithil playing that Unholy DK. Oh, I love that sword. It's really low res, so I think it's a Wrath of Lich King, maybe? Or BC. But it looks so cool. It looks like a red rune blade. Fits the Death Knight really well. Gonna be Nithil. Taking lots of dot damage, though. Des looking to peel the hell out of the Nithil. Got him some transfusion rolling. Has to go for a lot of defenses as he sees the rogue escape and thinking that, you know what, I'm probably not gonna be able to connect with those death strikes. It looks like the death strikes, the heals do connect. Safeguard trinket even proccing. Big blood aiming for Des. Nithil, not a lot of health available. Does get MS for a lot of the poison damage, but the blades and the physicals still go through as Des got a lot of that slice and dice auto attacks rolling. And this rogue so far is rolling in 3 kills. Can he make it a 4? Can he make it into a 4? It's going to be a Slick or Grot Lisa. It looks like it's going to be Slick Trick next. Sub-Rogue versus Assassination. Again, I feel like Assassination wins these in most cases, or at least did in BFA. Sub-Rogues can definitely do well if they want to go for like a big burst situation and got the opener. But I think Des wins. If Slick Trick goes in for a big burst of cooldown opener, Des can't really do much about it. Is going to be picking up the eyes. Should be able to see Slick Trick. Does see him. Should be able to hit him with a throw. Knives running right at him. Probably should have hit him with a knife throw. Unless he actually can't see him. Maybe the eyes are broken this week. Big dress coming out by Slick. Des, shadow step, kidney shot onto a trick. Expecting a trick, and actually he did get a trick out of him. Oh, it was a blind. It was like perfectly timed. Opening up with a stab, Garrote, cheap shot, big dress available with a Vendetta. And that's going to be evasion available for Des. Slick taking lots of dot damage. Cloak shadows and evasion available. Smoke bombing each other. Gonna be a blind on Des. Slick still has a lot of dots on him. Did Des just make the biggest brain play, or did he just accidentally do it? I actually want to say, I want to believe that he did the biggest brain play possible. That kidney shot into immediate blind. Who would have predicted that trinket? I want to say it was maybe accidental, but I also want to say maybe it was big brain. Accidental big brain. We can maybe live with that. Next up is going to be Grot Lisa. Should we just call him Lisa? Because I've been saying the full name the whole time. Him and Dad have like a weird jump. They do like this frog jump. It looks unique, but also looks kind of weird. Because I used to play my DK as a female undead. And the way they jumped, I always found it kind of funny. Like, it's interesting. It was a little bit where it's like, it looked a little too agile. Like in the leather gear or clothy gear, I can totally see it. But in full plate gear, I'm like, wow, you look too agile doing that. When you're wearing just ironclad gear, ironclad armor. Grot Lisa does get dots on the Des. That's going to be Garrote as he goes in for big DPs. And a kidney shot comes out. Des trying to make a big play. Grot Lisa is going to trick it out of it. Trying to go for some big damage back onto Des. Hit him with a stun. No clock shot is available for Rogue. Grot Lisa going to trap that shot away. He actually could be going down here. Big Vampirical Brace keeping him alive. Disperse. Maybe that keeps him alive. Unless Des has a lot more damage. Oh my god. There was so much pressure. I think Grot Lisa looking to maybe get a DP on a Des right before he can escape. Oh my god. And Des looking to maybe get himself a bit of a reset. Cloak shot is available very, very soon. If he gets a sap on the Grot Lisa, he might be in a good spot. No, he does get the sap. I was thinking no shadow step. He might be out of it. Looks like he's going to open up with a Garrote into a cheap shot. Getting the dots up and running. Kidney shot maybe. Vendetta available. Fear is going to be up. He needs to get a trinket immediately. He needs to get a Cloak of Shadows. This is impossible. Grot Lisa catching up a lot of that healing. And Des does get the shadow step. Kidney shot is going to be short. That's still gonna be big bleeds. At least you get in the stun. No quick cloak. And that's taking him out. Big brain play by the Stroke, man. He got them glasses. Probably got the X-ray specs or something. He got them cheating specs or something in there. This man came out of freaking nowhere. That's pretty good. That was actually pretty good. I like that. Dude, that kidney shot into immediate blind as the trinket comes out. You gotta give him play. You gotta give him credit. I know you guys are like, oh my god, rogues. Oh, I hate rogues. I get it, boys. I get it. But dude, this guy actually made some plays. Big damage. Good kick on the Shadow Priest. Like, you gotta give him credit when credit's due, man. That was good. Let me make a rogue. Oh my god, you guys are now like, you know what? Rogues are so easy. Let me make a rogue. Do it. Do it. I need more people to watch my guides. That'll work. It's gonna be a benefit for both me and you, man. Alright, boys. Do we have more? Do we have more peeps? I think we gotta get you in here. Jesus says he's ready. I guess we could do Jesus and did we do just Jesus and Sparta? We did, didn't we? I did Team 1. I never played a rogue ever. I think now is a good time to do it, man. You might enjoy it. It could be good alt. No joke. Whether you play Assassination, Subtlety, or Outlook, a sub is good now. An Outlaw is a little bit less orangey. Trust me, I'll give you the best guides I can, boys. I think you're gonna enjoy it. But yeah, Rogue is one of those classes I think everybody should play at some point. Just give it a try. I think it's not for everybody. It's not like a hunter. But it definitely is an awesome class. Lots of mobility, really cool utility. Like, you can play like a bitch, or you can play like, you know, you can do some crazy shit as a rogue. Most people just sit and self play like a bitch, but you know, it happens. 8 years as a mage? Dude, come on. Dude, perfect time to get an alt, man. What are you doing? Waiting for Shadowlands, right? We're gonna be... You might as well. Might as well. Rogues are good if you play it right. Yeah, rogues are pretty good. I still am gonna wonder if that kidney shot into a blind, if that was just like picture perfect, like he knew what was gonna happen. Because I think there was only... Because he just kidney shot next global blind. Unless the rogue trinketed that kidney shot immediately. Unless he either knew, but it was just like picture perfect, papa, one after the other. Unless the rogue somehow trinketed early before the kidney shot. He trinketed, someone got kidneyed, and then he threw him in a blind because he was like, wait, rogue has no trinket. Which might have been what happened too, but I need to take a closer look. How do I get 15 and spam dungeons? I think you can do 10 and spam dungeons if you want to. But they did a lot of the pre-patch or change. You also have the event available with WoW 16th anniversary. Leveling is a lot quicker. You basically, Michael, you can literally go to Chromie on a brand new character. Talk to Chromie in Ogrimmar or Stormwind. She's usually near the place where you get your allied races from. So it's like embassy. So you go near the embassy building, there's Chromie. You talk to Chromie, you tell her, hey, I want to level through a timeline of an expansion. You can choose whatever expansion you want to. It'll basically put you in a timeline as if it was that expansion's launch. If you like Wrath back in the day, you can level through Wrath, and all the zones will scale to your level. And you can do all the Wrath dungeons. Or BC. Or Legion. I've done a couple of characters in Legion. Or WoD, which is apparently the quickest with all the treasures and stuff. Or whatever you want to do. You can level any way you want to. Can do nothing as a mage? Yeah, you can. Did you ban monks from entering? No. Do you need to make a new group for the Horde, or is there one already running? It might be, might maybe not. If you don't see one, you might need to make one. Yeah. If you don't see one, you might need to make one. Athos is ready. Who else is ready, boys? Athos group is ready with Chrysler. Who else is ready, though? You know, they got Chrysler, they got Atherman, you know, they got Daedra, they got all your favorites. They got Telrion, which is, if he's the same warrior, the arms warrior as a blood elf, then that same Telrion, unless it's a different Telrion, and then I'm confusing two people, but possibly, yeah. But yeah, Michael, you don't need to level through 120 anymore, only 1 to 50. Level cap is different. Level cap is 50 until Shadowlands, and then it's going to be 60. It's going to be classic vanilla all over again, except with all the, like, niceties of WoW. And you don't even need heirlooms that much, because heirlooms give you a bonus now, but not the same bonus. So all heirlooms give you now is set bonuses. Two set bonuses, rested experience consumed is reduced by 30%, so you get more rested XP. So basically, if you log off, you level the character, you keep more rested XP. 3 set, increase your out-of-combat regeneration while outdoors. Doesn't do much. Tier set 5, gaining a level triggers a burst of knowledge, doing a bunch of holy damage to enemies, and grants you 40% agility into strength for 2 minutes. Defeating enemies extends this buff up to additional 2 minutes. It kind of is helpful if you can time it, but it's not necessary. And then tier 6 is even more rested XP. So none of these ever even give you more XP. Only rested XP, which is limited if you're playing a lot. So if you just want to level all day, you don't even need the heirlooms. And you can actually get like gear progression, which is fucking cool. Which strokes expect to play? I say you spin the wheel and just roll a random one. Do that. I feel like if you want to play, if you are trying to go for like a faster spec that gets a lot more damage out, I think Outlaw might be a little faster. But if you just want to spin the wheel and relearn any of the specs, just spin the wheel, because Outlaw got changed a bit, Sub got changed a bit, Assassin's also changed a little bit as you level. There's actually quite a lot of changes. And I'd say the leveling experience is just a lot better. Like, you actually get to learn how to play your spec while you level. The way that Blizzard gives you all your passes and all your abilities, they give you the most important one first to establish like a basis of how your spec plays. Like for Shamans, they give you a totem as early as fucking possible, and they give you a healing overtime effect as early as possible, and then they give you a lot of damage abilities. They're like basically saying that, hey, maintain it hot and maintain your totems, and then heal when you need to. That's it. Do damage outside of it. Because they kind of want you to play a battle chamois. And same thing with other healers too, like monks and stuff. Let me get Athaman and Jesus then. Here we go, boys. Next duel. Dollar store as fuck. I love him so much. Yo, appreciate you, Jace. I try to be as store as I can, man. I think I'm a little bit more clear-headed now that I've been drinking only water instead of soda, dude. Normally I'm just I'm a fucking spaz. I feel like I've been less of a spaz recently. I still stumble over my words like fucking Joe Biden or some shit. But goddamn. Feel more clear-headed. That's for sure. Oh shit. Can I restart this song? This is such a good song, dude. Can I restart it for this duel? No, Acid Reflex for the win. It's still hitting me a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad. Switch. Alrighty, boys. We got ourselves Kaiser on Team 1. We got ourselves Obliv, Daedra, Athaman, and Tendril. Looks like Tendril might be going first. I like the tattoos you got on your head there, bud. I like the tattoos there, bud. Really hard to see your face. But there they are. Versus Vito, going to be first up. Paladin versus Warrior. Oh, this is going to be interesting. We got Yannick's in the back as a Frost. We got us Copy as a Ellie Shaman. Des as a Rogue. Assassination and Cross as another Frost. DK. Vito going in for a big hammer onto Tendril with big final verdict. It looks like it's going to be lots of damage. Tendril hasn't even budged, hasn't even moved. He's going to go for big self heals available immediately. Get himself a little bit of that Crucible healing. As well as... and lots of damage actually onto Vito. Vito actually might need a popular defense. So going to be get hit with a disarm for a second. Cannot generate the holy power nearly as easily. Has himself Shield of Vengeance. Big fear coming out for Tendril. And all Tendril did there earlier. You know what he did? I keep trying to think of it. Ignore pain. That's going to be a Blaze Storm breaking through the Shield of Vengeance while at quite a bit of distance. Tendril getting hit with a stun. And Vito going to hit him with a couple judgments here and there on the side. I keep swapping to the wrong person. I'm so sorry. Vito's gonna be 1 and Tendril is 4, right? Tendril is 5. Okay, Vito's 1, Tendril is 5. I can do that. I can do this. I'm not completely losing it. Big hammer hanging over Tendril's head all over again. Does get a reflect rolling. I don't really know if he can roll effect. That big hammer damage does reflect something back to Vito. Cannot reflect the hammer though. Unless if he could pre-reflect the hammer. He might be able to do that. Hodge on a Tendril is going to take it so much damage, but again, just so calm and collected. Hasn't used too many defenses. Only a commanding shout once. When Vito had a lot of damage with a set of wings. That's going to be Vito hitting him with a slow, just trying to bail out of them mounting up. Actually, look at a Tendril and seeing kind of a rival here. A rival in the arena, even though it's just a warrior. And normally Paladins look down on warriors, thinking they're lowly warriors. Vito probably should be playing Vision Perfection. I think this would give him a lot more ability to gain some damage out. Big reflect coming out for Tendril in case Vito goes for anything. That's going to be a Hodge, I think, actually getting hit with a Blaze Storm. Perfect opportunity. Vito actually having to go defensively. Couldn't really lower down, really stop Tendril for a second. Having to deal with that Fury Warrior Aggression Wings available. Looks like it's maybe a proc wings into real wings. into a disarm, and Vito needs to get himself lots of damage, lots of heals available. Fear coming out for Tendril, so Vito doesn't go anywhere. Tendril just has to deal with a hammer over his head. He's gonna deal with a ban hammer, barely taking any of that damage. Reflect available in case Vito has a Hodge, I guess. It looks like Vito doesn't want to Hodge himself. Gets a final verdict. Was not able to put final verdict together with the hammer though. But Vito is gonna get himself a lot of self heals available, boys. Back-to-back self heals, but Tendril just ain't going anywhere. He's stuck on you. It's like Magni. And Vito is just a champion of Azeroth. Champion! I got some moons for you, champion. I'm gonna give you some moons, champion. My Scottish is really bad. Big leap and goes for a charge on the Vito. Vito got himself wings up and running. Tendril does not get the reflect. Decides to trinket out of that Hodge into immediate disarm on the Vito. Vito probably gonna go for a lot of self heals. Wings are down. Actually, he is playing Vision of Perfection. Looks like Vito is playing Vision of Perfection. He got a random set of procs there. Random set of wings. Children still not going anywhere. Big hammer hanging over his head. As long as he doesn't get hit with a final verdict. Big wings available for Vito. Looks like a random proc with Vision of Perfection. Tendril does go for an Azat Trinket. Absorbs all that hammer damage. Need to heal the wounds, champion. My Scottish is so bad. Tendril taking lots of damage. Having to go for a big heal. Warlock also does come out for him. That's going to be Ignore Pain. Trying to see if he can get an inch of charge onto Vito as he gets behind the pillar. And looks like Vito, again, the wings procs, man, just makes him feel so ballsy, so ready for action. Tendril, I think it's gonna be a bit until Tendril has some cooldowns before maybe he still hasn't. He's yet to get bubble out of Vito. As long as he does, maybe he can get a kick out of Vito. He might be able to do something here. Disarm onto Vito as he has wings available. Maybe Tendril goes in for a reflect. Does not get the Hodge reflected back. If Tendril can get the Hodge reflected, it'll give him so much opportunity. Vito getting massive temples reverses back to back though. And Tendril having to tank this up a little bit. Hasn't used Enrage Regen yet. Looks like Ignore Pain for him is good enough in most cases. And Vito is going to bail to the other side of the pillar, catching up a heal or two. Going to be a charge a little bit late for Tendril. Another set of wings for Vito. With Nazat Trinket available for Tendril, trying to reduce a lot of this damage. Did not have reflect for this Hodge. Vito taking lots of damage though. I'm not really sure what he was taking damage from. I guess it was maybe from Tendril himself. Just from all that damage, Vito was going aggressive more than defensively. Heal the wounds, champion. You must heal the wounds. Exactly. We'll see if Vito ends up healing the wounds, or maybe Tendril makes some wounds on him. But Tendril got some damage. I mean, I don't know what he's doing as a Fury Warrior, but he slaps. I mean, his damage is really good. Something going on. Big Reckless is available. Maybe that's what's really giving him a lot of the pressure right now. Blaze Storm, no one was expecting for Blaze Storm for that Shield Avenge for some reason. Because that is what he did last time. Vito, though, taking quite a pounding. Maybe a bubble, maybe a bop here? Looks like Tendril, a lot of his damage is gone. Wings are up, and Vito, look at very aggressive now. As long as wings pop for him, he's ready to go. Disarm is another proc of wings happens. Tendril looking to catch up to him. Crucible 1. Does he get the execute? Big kill for Vito. While wings are up, that Word of Glory did so much just now. Such a massive heal. Oh my god, we are at 4% dampening, boys. Maybe with dampening, we might see the end of this duel. Hodge on Tendril does pre-Nazoth this, so at least this is pretty good for him. That's going to be Vito burning through the Nazoth pretty quickly. And Tendril goes in for a fear. Hasn't had to use Enrage Regen yet. I guess he's waiting until the last opportunity needed. Because as soon as he gives up Enrage Regen, he might have been in a bad spot. Goes in for a Blaze Storm away from Vito. Does get a Reflect up and running. In case Vito goes for a Hodge. It looks like Vito isn't going to get anything reflected back to him. Tendril does go for a big Enrage Regeneration. Hodge comes out. And Tendril does not get the most healing out of it. Maybe what Tendril was expecting for Vito to potentially bop or bubble as soon as Tendril goes in for Enrage Regen. Maybe. I guess anything is possible. And Vito, as long as he's getting those wings procs, I think he's going to be alive the whole time. We are almost hitting that 7-minute mark. Random wings proc with a disarm coming out for Tendril immediately as Vito gets another wings proc while he already has one up and running. Boy. Reflect available for Tendril. Vito is not going to get anything reflected back to him. Not the hammer, not Hodge, not anything. He's just going to wait it out. Maybe enough damage to take down Tendril? Does he have it? Nazal comes out for Tendril as he no longer has any big defenses to really deal with the Paladin anymore. He needs to catch up on a lot of his health. He needs to get the big crucibles as he's doing right now. Maybe he needs to get an interrupt onto Vito. Does get a charge. It's going to be final verdict missing Vito. Missing Tendril. But he's still taking a lot of damage. Vito again with wings. It looks like it's random procs of wings still. Got a big hammer for Tendril. Reflect available. Wings randomly procced for Vito. Yet again, Tendril goes in for a Dwarven Racial, trying to reduce the damage. Actually reduces the damage quite a bit. Doesn't take the most damage, and Vito is next to him with that Shield of Vengeance ready to go. Tendril takes a massive slapping. And he does get himself a bit of a reheal. This warrior's just continues trucking, man. And what a reheal. Did he just burn a Warlock Hellstone just now? He might have. Come on, Dal, let him win. I can't do anything about it, dude. I do wonder if the warrior is going to win after trying for this long, this hard. It looks like it's going to be Vito with real wings available. Got himself some big damage. And looks like Teldrin is going to take it very, very carefully, very, very easy. The Zot's Trinket available for that one. Vito does not want to reflect anything back to him. Tendril does recover a lot of health, though. He does recover a massive metric load of health. As Vito takes a bunch of damage, though. Tendril randomly gets big damage. Gonna be reckless, as that's why. Big damage, big crits, lots of raging blows. Big hammer hanging over his head. Disarm onto Vito. He doesn't need hands. He doesn't need anything in his hands to cast a Word of Glory, though. 8 minutes, 21% dampening. At this point, it's just gonna be a duel between these two, dude. It's just a duel between these two. That's how this video is gonna end up being. Vito taking a bit of damage. Looks like Tendril has him on the ropes, but then Vito just kind of slows him and walks away. Ever since I took away the movement ability for Fury Warriors, it looks like Fury Warriors are a lot slower. Not being able to be on the target constantly is going to be a little bit demoralizing to them. But the pressure he can put out to Vito, though, the pressure he puts out on the Paladin, the damage he can do is actually quite there. It is quite significant now. I wonder if that's something he's playing in particular. Because it looks like he's playing basically every ability when he's enraged. He's throwing every strong ability at him. So maybe got like a very specific setup for it. But he's got some big hits. Slapping him with both of these weapons back to back. Shield events available for Vito. Has a big hammer hanging on Tendril. We're going to be a fear out of the dwarf. As he's walking away from him with an ignore pain. Going to take that ignore pain. Let that reduce some of the damage of the Execution's hammer. Which still can crit, by the way. That nerf to the hammer hasn't hit just yet. Vito just unloading big Templar's verdicts on him, but Tendril's still hanging there. Bubble and Bob still available for Vito. If Tendril can somehow interrupt Vito while he's low with a flash of light or something, then he might be able to do something here. Big damage if Vito does go in. Shattering Throw coming out. Actually, does Vito account for the Shattering Throw for the Warrior? Trinket available for Tendril. If he can do enough damage here, he might be able to take Vito out. Gonna be a disarm. Shattering Throw has been used. I don't think he's gonna be able to get that Shattering Throw for the bubble. I'm trying to look at maybe for a leap. Actually, it meets Vito on the other side. Does Vito get a bubble though? Or does he get an execute? Wait, does he get a bubble? Does he get an execute? Could Vito still live long enough? Whoa! Tendril taking him out right before the bubble comes back. Don't mess with this dwarf. As Cross is going to be up next as a Frost DK, sending the pet out. It's going to be DR stun. But that's okay. Tendril is just fine, man. 34% dampening, no biggie. This is going to be okay. You love to see it. You really, really do, man. You really, really do. I think Tendril is basically playing for all these people that have lost to a Paladin. Big hammer drop. For every one of you that lost to a Paladin's hammer, Tendril's playing for you. Cross tried to go for a big anti-magic zone, but nothing magical about this dwarf. Is just pure grit and determination that's going to be able to take him out. With Copy going to be up next. I wonder if he'll be able to use Reflect here for anything special. Lightning Lasso does come out. Tendril might be in a bad spot with this Lasso because there's nothing a lot he can really do about it. Into a Panda Rachel does not Zerkers it. I think he normally can though. And Tendril's going to have to find a way around Copy as he goes in for a charge as a frog while his enrage regeneration is up. So that's a pretty big defensive down. Big fear onto Copy as Tendril looking to catch up on a little bit of heals. Trying to get those raging blows in there. Nozatric get available. Going to be a fire elemental up. And Copy needs to get himself the big Zapparoonie. If he wants to make a play here. Tendril does get Reflect in case there's anything out of Copy. Does he interrupt him? Looks like he does not get the proper interrupt on that one. Big Zaps coming up. Tendril needs to find a way to live through this. I think it's going to be done and done. The Zaps go through with 42% dampener. Not much Tendril can really do in that type of situation. But there it is, boys. There it is. Obliv gonna be up next on Team 1. And he's got to take the fiery dwarven stoutness and try to see if he can channel it as a fire mage. I think it's the first time we've seen a warrior win against a paladin like that in the pre-patch. He just kept at it, dude. He just kept going. I wonder what his build is. I really want to try this Fury for PvP. I think it'd be super fun. Big meteor coming out into copy with a G-Pie throwing out. Gonna be more Pyros, I believe. You're just getting those instacasts. Looks like the greater Pyros are actually going into a grounding totem. And I think Obliv was kind of just channeling the big damage into copy, but then he saw the grounding totem just taking all his spells away. It's like, wait a second. No. But Obliv taking copy out pretty quickly. Getting the images up and running against Yandex. Hitting him with a G-Pie. And a crucible around the corner. Yandex taking a bit of damage. That's going to be frostbolts from the images, slowing him down. Maybe that's why he went with those images. So you can get a frostbolt and maybe slow him down. I don't think it's the same frostbolt. Slow. I think he's slower, but I don't know it's a 50% slow. Actually, it just might be 50% slow. This image isn't able to do the most amount of damage, but they're doing some. And Obliv is going to have this images absorbing some of the damage coming from Yandex as they are sacrificing themselves for the mage. Yandex trying to see if he can catch up on health. No more AMS available. Maybe the Zot Trinket here. Gets a stun onto Obliv, who is going to Trinket out of it. And Yandex maybe has a lot of damage and lots of pressure available. Trying to dodge the meteor. Anti-magic zone comes out. I think he's done and done. I don't know what else he can do for himself. And Obliv does take him out. And last one left is going to be Death, the Assassination Rogue. Get some Mark for Death, slicing this, rolling into Obliv. Going to be opener with Garrote. Getting the dots up and running with a cheap shot right to big blood of the enemy as the mage almost disappears, but not to the damage. Actually just blinks away. Polymorph, and that's going to be Obliv. Catching that Cauterize, trying to see if he can live the Cauterize with some self-heals. Landing another repolymorph onto Death. Ice blocks it in the end. Probably should have just ice blocked earlier. Actually went in for Fire Blast. Maybe we'll try to get a Pyro Blast off of Death. But Obliv is going to be down on health for a little bit for a while. Ring of Frost. Maybe the Rogue will run into the ring. Invis, does he get it off? The Fan of Knives! So close! He actually escapes it! Actually escapes that Fan of Knives! I was so close, dude! I was way too close for comfort. That's gonna be Death with more Fan of Knives. Walking up to Obliv. Obliv does have a blink, so he does have a normal blink to get out stuns. So that might be even a bit of an advantage here. Greater Pyroblast ready versus Death. Does he get a big meteor off with the two big Phoenix Flames? Does get to Shadow Step. That's going to be a Cloak of Shadows for the Rogue. Obliv does go for a big combustion. Death out of those Cloak of Shadows if you have anything left. Oh, he does land the Garrote. And a Smoke Bomb right after, so it's not over. Death does survive this for now. It is not over just yet as Chrysler is going to be up next. 15-minute duel. 60% dampening. Death at a less than half health. Less than optimal setup for him. And Chrysler are going to be up next. Does he have a Succubus up? Atherman taking Kachika's job and turning him into dead meat into Infernal Cataclysm. Stunned. More to call. I don't know. Yeah, there's no way you can beat Chrysler at that point. Yeah, when you get CC'd like that. Man, Telerion, dude! Look at that healing! What is it, Paladin healing? Wait, Paladin left, didn't he? Yes. I would have loved to see the Pally heals, but Telerion, dude, he fought through it. He fought for every person that's ever got global by a Paladin in a single random Wings proc. Telerion fought for the glory of all of us who are just so sick and tired of all these red Paladins putting people in the ground. Because I get my Wings proc, man. Love you, Palace. You know, Palace, I love you, but dude, you have no idea how many people told me like, oh my god, I fucking hate this Palace. This is just unfair. You guys make people lose their minds sometimes. But yeah, it doesn't care. Level 50 is the same as level 40 in the sense it's leveling content where balance doesn't matter. Yeah, these duels are broken. Yeah, these duels are going to be broken. It is for level 50, not level 60. Level 60 is going to be more closer. But yeah, so don't take these. Have some fun with it, you know what I mean? Can you speak Russian? Да, я говорю по-русски, чуть-чуть. Я забываю мой русский язык уже. Yes, I do speak Russian. I was born in Russia. Haters deserve justice, not vengeance. Justice. Okay, yeah, so... And then you rats do get a lot of hate for no reason too. I completely can understand somebody saying like, man, these Paladins are pretty something in pre-patch, huh? I can totally understand someone saying that, but I don't agree with somebody who's like, man, Paladins are broken, Blizzard nerf them, just dumb idiots. and then you just write you dummy dumb. You only won because you're dumb. Like that PMs, I don't care. You're literally an asshole just for giving someone shit for playing a class to play in the pre-patch. You guys get a lot of shit. I don't want to be guy giving a shit. I think we can do a tongue-in-cheek like paladins, but you know what I mean. That's why people ask me like, hey Dal, would you call paladins OP? I tell people I don't want to call paladins OP. Because I feel like if I call paladins OP, there'll be other people that'll be like, you see, Dalaran said paladins OP. That's my justification. Fuck you for playing a paladin. It's like, no. I don't play whatever I like. Wait till level 60. Wait till level 60. When you know it's not going to be paladins OP, but it's going to be trinkets that are OP. Again. Blizzard, please fix. Sup, Cat? How you doing, my man? Find your way to dispense justice. Don't yoink my job. Yeah, you did put term into dead meat, didn't ya? That is what Cat's supposed to do, man. Feel free to watch Shadowlands content. Broken class at 50 are the same as 60. Too many videos on YouTube showing that class at 50 are the same as 60. Doom's Desire. They are a little bit different at level 60 than at 50. It says similar that the games are quick. We are able to use right now with essences are a little bit different with legendaries. Yeah, the Blizzard is going to definitely have to do a lot more balancing for like PvP legendaries to find out what's the most broken things in season 1 and then try to tune them as I go. But I really don't think, I really do think that essences and Azurites, once those are gone and they're replaced with soulbinds, covenant abilities and legendaries, I think the soulbinds, covenant abilities and legendaries will be better. The only big outlier for PvP right now is the PvE trinkets. If Blizzard can nail those, then I think we'll actually have at least similar pace, which is faster, but not super terrible, in my opinion. As you guys for rogues are all helpful. Awesome, man. Happy to hear that. I'm sure I like the current state of the game. The only thing, again, I think that level 60 is trinkets that are really breaking things. Because I played before trinkets were like available. Before they added a trinket vendor, I PvP'd on Outlaw, and I actually had a lot of fucking fun. It was actually really enjoyable. Lots of classes are a lot stronger now. And some classes are even giga strong now. But a lot of similar comps have been played. But as soon as the trinkets came out, everybody started using broken trinkets, and then it really made things like shitty. But prior to that, people had access to legendaries, all the soulbinds, all the abilities. And yeah, it was kind of annoying, like trying to run away from an arms warrior who would just shackle you in place with the bastion ability. But it was nowhere near as bad as like the trinkets kind of dominate things. How's Outlaw more PvP? I think a lot better, Punisher. Those got nerfed recently in SLs, summon. So I think they're getting more damage overall. There's the burst is getting nerfed, but they're doing more damage in general. Yeah, and it's not just in PvP too, yeah, but it's also coming into pre-patch soon, hopefully. They're getting like a flat buff in damage. Your execution sentence is gonna do less damage, or less initial damage, and can never crit, so it's gonna be always a set amount of damage, can never crit, so it won't be like all your health is gone, but it still could do big numbers. Your other talents that are not as good in at the bottom row with the final verdict, the other one with AoE splash damage got an increase in damage, so it should be a little better. And then there are conduit. One of the conduits where it's like once you judgment, your Crusader Strike, Blade of Justice, and Templar's Verdict do extra holy damage. That one also got nerfed. I understand why Blizzard would do it. I was actually super excited to make like a sustained heavy playstyle with red around that conduit, but it looks like red's are still going to be about wings. But yeah. It's okay if it doesn't read. The rest sucks. Says wrote you in English where you were live and where you learned Russian language. Where I was live in Russian language. So I was born in Russia, city Ekaterinburg. So like east of Moscow. It's like on a mountain, Ural Mountains that separates Europe and Asia. I guess it depends on which map you look at, but in Russian maps, Europe and Asia, like the separation, there's like a mountain that runs through it. And I was born in a city that's like on the in the mountain, I guess. But yeah, Dalaran, how could soulbinds be good in PvP when they're Kieran ones? If it stands still for 5 seconds, it comes in really about 30%. Imagine that orc with a racial. I don't know if an orc racial will stack with this, but that one does have a cooldown, right? So as long as you stand still for 5 seconds, and I think it does have a CD to it. I think maybe healers and casters will end up using something like this against certain classes. But again, not having a CD, like you'll end up. You live in Moscow. I live in Moscow. I knew it. I don't live near. I've been to Moscow once for like green card stuff when moving to US. In the Euros? Yeah, I think it's the Euros. Like you probably would have to ask my mom because she would probably be able to describe it a little better. But like, I want to say it's the Euros. I want to say it's the Euros. but I could be wrong. It's been a long fucking while, though, so it's not like I would know at this point, dude. It's been so long. Oh, God. Sal from Brazil. Sal, I think it's hello, right? You can take Dalaran from Russia, but you can't take Russia from Dalaran. Which is always with me. Dude, for the longest fucking while on my door back at the old house, I would actually have a picture of Putin just sitting there. And I remember I put it there, I think, I printed it out for like a dumb video where I basically had a Putin body pillow. You never saw that video, so it never existed basically. But that's where I had it. And then I decided to slap it on there. And I was like, dude, Papa Putin's always watching over me. Maybe I should do that again. We just put him across the wall on the other side. Or like over here. Put a green screen of Putin just like caressing me in his arms lovingly. I think that'd be great. It'd be fucking hilarious. What's the music? It's NCS stuff. It's usually Duels Mix. I update it from time to time. You can play that one on Twitch, by the way. That one gets DMCA'd. I don't think. Is Summer good for dungeons and runs and Shadowlands? Yes, it'll be better for level 60 because you'll have an AoE finisher. But right now, in level 50, yes, you can still do a lot. Especially if it's a tyrannical week and it's a lot of single target damage. So if you want to right now for a soda with a headphones hair problem, would headphones hair be a problem? I mean, you tell me. I don't care, really. And also, I can't drink soda for like 2 weeks. So I've been drinking only water. I had a stomach acid thing, just produced so much acid, giving me a really bad heartburn. So, yeah, I'm hoping to recover and be good to go by Shadowlands. Had an Eve green poster, but never Putin. I feel like getting like a really memey poster of Putin, like, would be fucking hilarious. Like a really meme-worthy. Like, you know, those pictures of Putin with like anime girls or whatever. I mean, something like that as a poster. I think it'll be an interesting one. I think it'd be fucking interesting. I think it'd be more classy than just like an actual poster of Putin himself, because I think that'll be like, that'd be weird. But like a meme thing of Putin, I think it'd be fucking funny as fuck, in my opinion. Best race for One Walker Monk? I wouldn't know, but for PvE, I can tell you what's simming the best, at least for level 50. It doesn't mean for level 60. I think you can play whatever you like. Probably like if you want to PvP, human, orc, all that, it's good. Not of us is really good. But if you want to do PvE strictly, the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the tippity top for Windwalker. Hero damage says it's human for Alliance. The Mechanome and Void Elf, Tauren, and Zandalar, Blonsamdi, Volpera. Yeah, but play whatever you like. These are some of the sims, and I guess it depends on like which towns you run. If you end up running Fist and Eye of the Tiger, and I guess Karma if you're gonna cheese and just stand and stuff. Maybe I'll try this build. It actually looks kind of fun. I have the Tiger and this, but I think it's only a single target. Wouldn't be that good outside of... I guess, I mean, if you have Chi Wave... No, you would want somebody else for AoE, I guess, in that situation. Look at me. Wait, Serenity build? Is Serenity good now? Is Serenity good now? I would love to try Serenity. Holy shit. Hold on. WoW logs. Is Serenity good? Yes or no? Sorry, boys. I've been really burpy. This is heartburn. I have an excuse. I actually have an excuse. I could just burp on stream and just be like, sorry guys, I'm been sick a little bit. Taking some heartburn medicine. No, it doesn't look like Serenity is a popular build. Is it popular anywhere at all? Is it maybe a Mythic Plus build? Is it potentially an M Plus build? No. Is it any Neolotha build? No. That's unfortunate. I would have loved to see Serenity build. Maybe in level 60 in Shadowlands, yeah? Wait, does this thing have Shadowlands? No. The Shadowlands version of this, they have the pre-patch version of this website, but they don't have the Shadowlands version yet. I guess whenever that works out, is whenever that works out. We played Serenity and Choose with Zico for 3 days. Really? So maybe in PvP it's really good, but in Sims, it's mostly, when it talks about Sims, it's mostly PvE, because you can't sim PvP, really. You can't realistically sim PvP. There's no proper sim to do it. I was mostly talking from PvE, but I can totally see Serenity work in PvP. Just a lot more damage, a little bit easier. More sustain. No, not sustain, but like more defined damage, I guess. Or maybe you have Vision Perfection Minor. Yeah, maybe with Vision Perfection Minor, I could see that like 1.1 cooldown and get some burst out. You could probably get like a really big bursted combo with a dress on top of it. You were playing with fire? You think so? Love your streams. Thank you so much, Erkman. So Serenity build has always been good. It's actually, I always wanted to play it, but I miss my what am I trying to say? I miss my shot. I miss my in Legion when we were playing it. When everybody played Serenity in Legion, I should have just made a monk and slid right in. I think I had a monk, but I never got around to actually playing it a lot. But I should have just slid right in and tried it when everybody were playing it at the time. Or maybe there was back in WoW that people played it. I don't know, dude. I think it was Legion, because Legion might have had it on a very short cooldown. I think they did have it on a short CD. How about Bounce Druid double DPS comps as well? What about Bounce Druid's ups double DPS comps? I think Boomy could do well in double DPS. You got a lot of damage and a lot more healing. You are a caster, so maybe with a rogue that could be really good. Or maybe with another melee that's very sustain heavy, like a paladin. Maybe. Interesting. On my live we learned two languages, Russian and English, but I'm forgetting nothing. So I don't live in Russia, Jonathan. I don't speak Russian ever. Like, I speak Russian with mom maybe a little, but in most cases I talk to her in English. She talks to me in Russian. I don't use Russian that often. И не использую русский язык, и когда не используешь, то забываешь. When you don't use it, lose it is the English saying. Well, it's a proverb. Right, no problem, man. What's about PvE and PvP mage spec? I think it's, you can play whatever you want to at this point. All of them are really good right now, at least in pre-patch. Level 60, there'll probably be one that's like the most optimal, but I think it will have a lot more freedom. I think the way they constructed Arcane, Fire, and even Frost, all of them are looking really good in general. I think you might be able to play all three of them properly at a pretty high rating. I don't think it's, maybe it's going to be as dominant as Fire has been. Like, you know how crazy Fire was this patch. Maybe it's going to be like that, maybe not. I guess Legend is going to tell us yes or no. I think Frost is probably going to shine a lot more than it did before. I don't know if it's going to be the best. It's really hard to tell, Darius. At least for it now. Yeah, but I'm never someone who really advertises people to play the best spec. I just advertise people to play whatever spec you find the most fun. Because damage comes and goes, and then Blizzard will buff a spec or nerf it. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zarya will have like an answer, or like Volts will have an answer, or any of the mages will have an answer, like something they prefer just because it fits their playstyle really well. But I'm pretty sure if you want to play like Frost and commit to Frost, however Frost turns out, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find a comp to work with Frost, a playstyle works with Frost. Because I think all three of them are looking really, really good. Alrighty, boys. We're gonna go for now. I got some dinner. I got some Mandalorian to watch and enjoy. And I got some, hey, another big boss going to hit right. It's unbalanced now. Another big buffs and nerves going to hit right. So I do have a video tomorrow for more buffs and nerves that happen to pre-patch, as Blizzard is adding more changes that are pre-patch only, as well as some of the stuff from the beta to pre-patch. But yeah, Blizzard should be doing like a last final balance tuning closer to the release of the expansion, like a big final tuning. And they usually do like a massive tuning for a lot of abilities, tuning things up and down in the last few days of Shadowlands release. So we'll probably see more Blizzard tunings left and right, probably even more than before, because usually they slow down, big tunings. But here they seem to be doing more and more and more and more, and just like it doesn't really go down, but it doesn't really go up. It's like really steady. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. Appreciate all of you. I'll see all you guys in the next stream tomorrow. We got NA duels for 5V5 1v1s. So if you guys were watching and you are NA, tomorrow is the time to participate. I'll let you guys know. Hopefully I'll be pretty good to let you guys know ahead of time on Discord when these are going to be. I think the week of Shadowlands release, we probably won't do duels, but we'll see. I'll probably remind you guys about it. But thank you guys so much for coming by. I got dinner. I got Mandalorian to watch. And I'll see you boys on the next stream. Alrighty? Alrighty. Peace.